Yes, indeed. Welcome to the best, better watch party. I am your host, Kiprios.
And I am Jimmy the Bag. What a game we have. Puck drop in about 30 minutes. The leaders of the Metropolitan Division, the Pittsburgh Penguins, Carolina Hurricanes, both on the second half of back-to-backs. I've made bets, Kip. You've made bets. Everybody in Best Bettor has made bets. And we're going to have live action from all of our players. And this is the last week of the regular season. Someone wins $1,000 when this week is said and done. I'm pumped, Kip.
Man, this is as good as it gets. As you know, there's a regular season, 6 weeks of betting. Right now, David Tuchman is coming in on a lead, and whoever has got the most money after this week is going to get $1,000 in their pockets, no questions asked.
I'm excited. I'm pumped. Your internet is playing a bit of tricks on us. I'm just going to pull you out and bring you right back in. So I'm going to pull you out and bring you right back in.
Pull me out for 2 seconds. I'm going to see if I can go. All right.
Okay, cool. We're going to pull you out and get you right back in action. And now you are left with me. This is very exciting. There's Ron Crawford in the house joining us. Nasty Nate. Thank you, guys. This is a huge game. A huge game. Ron Crawford says, the garbage in net, give me the Canes. Look, the main reason, I think there's a lot of advantages. And you're right. I think that Antti Ranta is an advantage over Casey DeSmith. I also want to back a Rod Brindamore coached club after a terrible performance, a very ugly performance over last night in Washington, being shut out 4-0. This is an angry group. You have one team that's extremely angry, and you have one team that just beat the defending Stanley Cup champions 5-1. I think that puts us in a very good situation. Ron Crawford also on the Hurricanes in our chat, Kip, and he calls DeSmith the garbage, and I love it. I also moved on the under 6.5 at minus 110 at 115, excuse me. And at one point, I had destroyed the market move. That has changed. Now the under 6.5 at minus 105. So I'm a little uncomfortable. But I imagine that late money would come on the over. That's generally what the public does. But at one point, Pinnacle had moved this to 6. So I don't like that very much. Kip, have you locked in your action here for tonight's watch party game?
Well, Jimmy, I was before the week started, so everybody got their picks on Wednesday, and as last night, everybody's on a back-to-back, so you were smart to wait. But looking at it and seeing how hot Carolina was, I just figured that they might be due for a little bit of a letdown. So I said on the show that I was going to take Pittsburgh, and I liked the under as well, even though we knew that there was going to be backups. And today I said I would ride along with you, but you, with sage advice, says no. Go your own way. You could go your own way. So I decided, all right, I'll go on the other side of it. I'll go with Sid the Kid. And I will go with the Penguinos coming into Carolina and getting things done. But I'm hoping for a low-scoring game, which is not, doesn't look like it's in the cards for this evening unless these guys stand on their heads, man.
It's got to. I still think it's going to be low-scoring. I just have everybody who's watched Carolina over the last little bit with Tony DeAngelo out. Here's a defenseman who's already racked up 40 points. The last defenseman to put up 40 points, and I believe it was his first 40 games in this franchise's history, I believe you got to go back to 1982 and Mark Howe, Gordie Howe's son. That's how much offense DeAngelo was giving them. Now DeAngelo is not there, and I believe their offense will be stymied, and the Penguins have tightened everything up over the last 4 games. So I still am confident in this under and expect to cash it. Let's review all of the action that we have here on today's card, because we got some really, really exciting stuff here. Let's get the game up here for me. And there we go. We're in business. I'm excited. This is our first NHL game that we've hammered live betting. And I'm very, very, very excited. Very excited.
Well, I mean, as you know, I was just trying to say earlier, these guys are battling for $1,000 right now. Everybody's got a mandatory bet on this. Everybody's got to make an in-game bet on this. So we should be seeing players, and we'll see if they're watching, if they know what's going on. There's a mandatory 4 bets everybody's got to make out there. and this is it. So there is the maximum that these players can bet is 50% of their bankroll. So right now on top, I think Tux has about 1,200, a little bit over 1,200, and the bottom's got about $400. So that's an $800 spread. So right now, the bottom can only bet half of that. But next week, Jimmy, when we get to the playoff, all bets are live. The governor comes off. There is no maximum. These players could die next week. Nobody can technically die yet, but next week we could see people going home. It's exciting, man.
It's very, very exciting. It's very, very exciting. So let's start reviewing action here from our players. Let's start reviewing action from our players, but let's review what happened last week and where everybody stands. So let's start here with the week 6 results. Tuck had a huge week. He cashed on 2 big NHL bets at $200 a pop. They were on big favorites, and he's gone back to the big favorite well here, but he had the Avalanche, he had the Flames, and then everybody else was in the black. So why don't we pop that up one more time? So after Tuck's big week 6, we have our first space.
You mean they were in the red? Everybody was in the red. Everybody was bleeding.
Yeah, excuse me. Thank you.
There was blood in the water.
Everybody else was in the red. Sorry. It's been a long day, but I'm pumped up for this. Yeah. It's been a long day. All 4 other players were in the red, and we've created space for the first time. Here is our overall leaders right now. We have Tuck in first overall and a juicy lead. Bob Guiney still in profit in the land of the black. Tiffany Michelle has been fighting hard, but still finds herself in third place. And then there's now a huge break. And then we get to Bridget Case and Jon Orlando, who desperately need a winning week. So let's go over everybody's action. And I guess we are best off opening with the top performer from last week, who cashed with the Flames over the Wild with a $200 wager last week, cashed with the Avalanche over the Golden Knights, and is in a really nice spot to get paid here. If he wins, I lose. So look, I don't believe in the guy. I believe in my own action. He's backing the Pittsburgh Penguins here this evening, and let's pull up Dave Tuchman's action and break down what we see. So let's bring it up right now. This is David Tuchman's action for this week. Oh, this was week 6. That was the week that just was. So that was Flames Wild.
Hang on, I got you. Oopsies.
All right. Beautiful.
There
we go. There is his action. So he's got the Senators over the Coyotes tomorrow, which is an interesting look. But he's got he's got one. How much is that on the that big bet? Oh, yes. So he's got a big juicy bet on the Pens money line. Big juicy bet. The $150 on the money line at minus 130. So that will return 245, I believe, not 345. We have 345 up there. Then he's got the Red Wings and Lightning over 6.5 goals. I have that as well. That's a $150 bet for him there. And then he's got the St. Louis Blues at the Islanders. He's got the Blues, and that is tomorrow night's action. So there you go. That is David Tuchman's action for this week. And we will see what his live bet is, but he tonight is on Pittsburgh with you, Kip. So you are riding with the leader. Does that give you more confidence, less confidence?
No, not necessarily. As I said, I said it on Wednesday on the show, and that's it. The fact that Tux is on it, he's been beating lines consistently. I don't know if he got I think he did okay on Pittsburgh. I think that I saw it at I don't know, plus 125, so maybe he got it by 5, but he has consistently been doing well. Hockey is clearly his thing. He does not he turns his nose up at basketball. So this is a big week for him. And you know what I love, Jimmy, is that nobody is actually just acquiescing and relenting and giving the money. Tiffany is actually still being very conservative. So if anybody's being somewhat conservative, it is her. But I mean, I like it. Again, he's got to show and prove. He's blown a lot of smoke regarding hockey, so he's got to make his money there. But backup goalies, in Carolina, it's a tricky game. That's why it's fun, though. It's fun because You have to be a dexterous bettor. So when things are thrown at you, we are forcing you to make to take a side and to make a pick. Where I wanted this thing to start, as you know, I wanted it to start in the final week. So technically the 18th week of the NFL, when it's all up for grabs. People are being sat. There's still people jockeying for position. People are playing spoiler. And I think traditionally that is one of the most difficult bets to week, and smart money stays away. But hey, smart money, safe money, don't make none. So we're forcing people, and we're seeing what they're doing. But yeah, I mean, it's a big juicy bet, and it's on the mandatory game. So he put it in. He's shoving it almost 50% of his bankroll on this weekend. So he is not just waiting. He thinks that somebody could come from the crown. And to your point, he's trying to actually keep space, man. He wants space, and he wants that money.
Yeah, he's firing at it, and that was my bad. That's the right number. My bad. That's plus 130. I don't know what. Sorry, a little flustered off the top of the show. I'm going to get into this, but you're right. That is exactly what the payout is. So he's on a plus 130 dog with the Pittsburgh money line. I'm interested in that Ottawa Senators look, still believing that the Coyotes are not going to be able to follow up that win over the Avalanche. But all NHL for David Tuchman in this pivotal week 6. Dennis Trusty says, does this seem like playoff hockey and kind of grind style? I would think that the under is the play here. I think you're absolutely right, Dennis. I think you absolutely nailed it. And especially with Carolina not having D'Angelo. So I'm 100% with you. That's why I bet the under 6.5. So I'm 100% with your look there. I think that is exactly the play. Also, I've used half of my bet here, which will allow me to see what kind of payouts I can get. So 100. So I have 200 on each, the under, and 200 on the side. 100 of that each will be here in my live action. Well, so I can get offered if I want to buy out of it or any of that, which I thought was just going to add a little bit of fun. All right. So we are about 16 minutes from puck drop. Let's move on to second place, Bob Guiney, and see what Bob is hammering for this week. Bob Guiney has Citadel and East Tennessee State. So that started at 5 p.m. So we're going to get a look at that. He's got Ryan Strome over a half assist and Devils Rangers. That game will be going on simultaneously with this game. He's got Bradley versus Loyola Chicago over 130.5. I think that did not cash the Bradley. Let me just pull up that game right now. The Bradley, no, that is a loser. So Bob Guiney has lost $100. He's down $100 right off the hop.
Side action.
He's And he's got $100 on the under 6.5. And look at that. He got plus 104 on this. Very impressive line there. I love that he's on the under 6.5 as well. So Bob Guiney and I are riding together, as are you on the under 6.5.
I'm also on the under. I'm riding along. We're all on the under, man. So which means that we should probably take the over in the first period as just a safe hedge.
I think this first period is going to be real tight. In fact, if there is an early goal, I will double down on the under. If there is an early goal and show no fear whatsoever. So there is second place. Now, Bob Guiney still has a chance here to make $1,000 at the end of the weekend. He's down $100, but he still has a chance. Let's move on to who is in third place right now, and that is Tiffany Michelle, 2008, 17th place in the World Series of Poker. She cashed over $300,000. I was talking to some of my friends that are real big poker players, and they remember everything about her run and remember it very, very well. Let's pull up Tiffany's action, see what you think. She's got a Hurricanes Rangers parlay at plus 167. That's her first. These are her first parlays of the entire contest. Do you feel like she's been panicking here with these parlays, Kip, or do you trust the?
Yes, I do. I don't know if panic is the right word, but I do think, again, I always go back to how clever she is and how well she's done with poker. I do think it's like she's starting to get bored. She's getting a little bit, like the 8-7 offsuit is looking a little bit more attractive, that, anything can happen on the flop, and maybe she could connect something. Where I think at the beginning of the day, if you just get rags and rags and rags and you keep folding and folding and folding, sometimes you just want to play. Any two cards can sometimes win you a pot. So I always think about Tiff in terms of like, where she is in a poker hand, where she is in a tournament, where like what position she is in, like from the button. So I think more than anything, she's a little bit bored and she wants to start getting into the money. She wants to improve her position quickly. So that's what I think that she's doing here.
You know, I think that was well broken down. Let's take a look, because there was a risk that Georgiev, would be in net for the Rangers, and it is not. It's Shesterkin versus Nico Dawes. So I think I like her action, and I'm on the Cleveland Cavaliers against Harden and Embiid, but I got cold feet, and I only moved on the Cavs first quarter. So I'm on the Cavs first quarter. I believe the Cavs early. I believe that that the Sixers just don't seem to be all in early. She's on the under and the Cavs parlay. She's on Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool to win at plus 211. And then she's got Leeds and Brentford to win for a huge score at plus 966. That is Tiffany Michelle's action here on the Best Bettor. We're about 12, 15 minutes away from puck drop, Kip. And next we have Bridget Case. Bridget Case, and she's gone for a huge score here. She lost on Murray State last week. She's going back to the Murray State well on a huge parlay.
Hang on.
And
you got.
Oh, sorry. That's
there you go.
bad.
I got you.
Thank you. Murray State conference win, the under 145.5 in Illinois State versus Northern Iowa. Ball State money line, Toledo minus 15.5. I'm on Toledo first half tonight. It's seniors night for Toledo, and if they win, is it one of them? I believe it's Toledo. If Toledo wins, they lock up the conference. So I think they're going to be heavy early. I'm a little concerned that they're going to play some seniors late, and that could seniors that aren't starters late, just to give them one last opportunity. But all of this action, other than Murray State conference win, which is a future, all of this action is tonight. So it's going to be really fun watching her go. And then she's got very little invested in the rest of it. McElroy to win the Arnold Palmer. She put $4 on the mandatory bet. Do you take that as a slap in the face?
Yeah, I mean, this is tantamount to what we saw last week with David Tuchman. So this is somewhat of a feud between the two of them. Tuchman, obviously not a fan of basketball. Bridget is football first, but we know that she likes her college. She likes collegiate ball. She likes basketball. So I think between the two of them, they're sending a couple of shots across the bow. And yeah, this is pretty disrespectful. A $4 bet.
$4 wager.
My God.
$4 wager. Now, Bridget Case, if she cashes the NCAA parlay, where Murray State is very confident to win. I'm on Murray State first half. I think they really bounce back from they're against Southeastern Missouri State, and they played Southeastern Missouri State in the final game of the regular season. They had already clinched, and they didn't show up, and they won by 2 points, and they were double-digit favorites. They barely won, and now they play Southeastern Missouri State again, and I think they slapped them right. I think they punch them right in the jaw right off the top. I'm on them first half. I didn't take them full game, but she's got them to win the conference. So if she cashes that parlay, she wins $1,000 as in first place.
Well, depending on what happens with Tux, depending on, right?
No, I don't think unless Tux sweeps the board, that she's going to bring in 1,300 or 1,200. And she's already sitting on 400. So Tuck
Jimmy,
would need to sweep the board.
Would this be the biggest Betty White that we've seen? Would this be yeah?
Yes, it would be the biggest return of any bet so far in the contest. And then it would be right beside her $4 bet on the Hurricanes at minus 137. There's Jordy Nordman in the house. Happy Friday to all of you. Thank you guys for joining us for Best Bettor. We are about 10 minutes away from puck drop, and we're going over everybody's action. And don't forget, all of these players need to give us a live bet as we go. All right, I want you to walk us through your horse to win the event here. Not looking good. This is a crucial week for him, a very crucial week. Let's bring up Jon Orlando's action and start walking me through it. He's got a very interesting look in this Pens-Canes game that I think is going to be so much fun to follow along with. He's got 2 bets on it. Take me through the NHL action first, Kip, the bottom 2 spots.
I think he must be buddies with Carter. So, right, like he's on the Kane money line, $50, returning 87. Then he's on Carter for over plus 0.5 points. So Carter, and that's plus 123. He's got $50 there, and that's returning 112. Then, this self-proclaimed king of UFC, and he is very pumped for tomorrow night. He's got an UFC NHL parlay and NBA. He's got Carter for the plus 0.5. So he's over that. Carter just needs a point. 76ers -7. Mitchell and Dos Anjos. So that is a 4-legger with $68, a strange number, paying $718. And then finally, he's got another massive UFC 1, 2, 3, 4, 6-legger, $50, paying only $567. So those have to be some pretty big favorites, because it's not, it's not a crazy score. It is a crazy, anytime you're hitting a 5-legger, I don't care if it's 5 favorites, if they all come in, that's a pretty good day at the office. So Jon Orlando, I fell in love with the charisma, the charm, the bravado, and I loved the fact that he was brazen and brashly confident, but my goodness, he takes some swings that, he's trying to beat a 150,000 person field. He only needs to beat 4 people, and he's getting beaten by the man in the mirror, Jimmy. And that's my horse to win it all. He could be going home. He could be limping into the playoffs with $125. So he needs something to happen here.
And that would get me more cash in our heads up action if he is eliminated right off the top, as that would clinch Tiffany Michelle to beat him. So that would be I'd be very pleased.
But in our little side action bet this week, I have Bob Guiney, who's already lost $100. So that's pretty good. And I think you have Jon Orlando, who could actually lose every bet that I just mentioned. So. Jimmy, what do you think of the Deeks jersey? There's no love. You got no love for these Deeks?
What are you talking about? Of course I do. It's a thing of absolute beauty.
I think you got to put it on. I think you got to ride along with the Deeks.
The problem is I've had this hat for a long time, and hats get smaller.
Yeah, it's not heads growing.
Yeah,
look at you. You get some success, and you got a big head now, Jimmy. You got a little bit of success, and you got a big head.
That's part of it. I worry about the players in last here, and this Jeff Carter look is hilarious. So, I have to go over. Why don't we do that? We still have. I love this. We still have 5 minutes before anthems and things of that nature. So, by the way, the Citadel East Tennessee State spot. And that was a look from Bob Guiney. Under 151.5 is in big trouble. Damn. That's in big trouble.
That is trouble.
It's already 34-34 with 5 minutes left. So that game's going over. That game is surely going over. And then we had, here we go. We have that Illinois State game. Illinois State, Northern Iowa, under 145.5. And she got it.
No way.
Whoa, by the skin of her teeth.
No way. Okay, so
they went to 143. She got that by 1.5. That was the MVC, the Missouri Valley Conference quarterfinal.
Let me bring that up again. Where is it? It is.
That's the beginning of her parlay. The beginning of
under 145, 145.5. Yeah, for whatever reason, it goes to 145.4. I love that. I know, it's perfect. It's it's still under. It's under 145. So that's what you need. 145.5. It's better.
It is.
She should have taken the over, maybe.
Oh, Dennis Trusty says someone's holding up a sign saying Crosby, rock, paper, scissors for your stick. Yes or no? That's a winner. He's getting a stick. That kid is getting a stick. That's so smart. If I had a child that was that innovative and smart, I would know that that kid has a bright future. That is such a smart man. Thank you for sharing that with us, Trusty. think that is a brilliant move by that kid, and Crosby will love it. Okay, well, so all of a sudden, Bridget Case is one down. So we're going to be following her action as we go. Ball State Moneyline and Toledo are next up for Bridget. So let's take a look at those spots here. Ball State, 3.5-point favorites at Western Michigan. Then she's got Ball State. Then she's got Toledo. And I'm also very interested in Toledo Bowling Green. Let's just jump into that spot here that Bridget is on. And it's, oh, wow, look at this. See, so Toledo, look, I don't want to pat my own back here, but I had two options. So I sat here staring at how I was going to attack this game, and I spent so much time on it. I came very close to taking the first half team total over for this high-scoring Toledo Rockets team, but it was juiced to the under, heavy, minus 130 to the under, and the total hadn't moved. With the total not moving and it being minus 130 to the under, it told me that the sharp action was on the under.
Yeah.
And I didn't press the button on the team total over, but I did press the button on the Toledo first half. They're up 10 right now, early, and that makes me feel very, very good. Let me just take a look again at my action for this evening. Toledo first half -9, so I'm going to need a little more out of them. But that's a good sign. Makes me feel very good. And also 24 points after 8 minutes and 51 seconds would lead me to believe that they're not going to cash that over. So I feel pretty good about all of this. We are getting closer to puck drop. Let's talk about our action.
Let's do it.
A second. So let me just log in because I did half here so that we could have live action. Again, another thing we talked about on last week's show was I didn't like my unit size for live action. So I moved it. My unit size is now $50. So it'll be $50 for every live bet.
I like that.
And I'm thankful and happy about that. Why don't we talk about the movement in this game first off? Carolina Hurricanes opened at most books at about minus 155. And we talk about the biases that affect bettors and gamblers. And Jordy Nordman, who's in our chat right now, I told Jordy Nordman, you got to get this book called The Undoing Project. And he went and got it. And this is here. I knew that the money would immediately be bet on the Pittsburgh Penguins because of their 5-1 win over the Lightning last night. And I was sure that that was a mistake and I was going to sit back and wait. And that's what I did. So I got minus 135 and plus 175 on a minus one line. I used a minus one calculator. It gave me plus 117. And now this is exactly what I wanted to see. It's moved 5 cents back to Carolina. That makes me very happy. You look, in every single game we've gone live, and I don't know if this is me with the cup half full, but there's been a point late in the game where I thought I was going to sweep the board. And last week I only won 2 and lost 5. And the Lakers game going to overtime cost me the board sweepage, and I just broke even. I actually lost a little bit of vig. And I am very confident here with the Hurricanes and the other 6.5.
Jimmy, can I read some stats for you? Defensive stats?
Do. Take it away.
So right now, Carolina is first in goals allowed, 2.41. Pittsburgh, 4th, 2.57. Shots on goal allowed for Carolina, 29.1, which is 4th. And for Pittsburgh, 9th, which is 30. Penalty minutes, Pittsburgh is 1st with 6.8. But their penalty kill is 3rd at they're running at an 85.9% right now, kill rate. And then penalty minutes for Carolina, 9.4. They're tied for 21st, but their penalty kill is 1st at 89.2% clip right now.
It's so the best penalty killing in the league.
It's best penalty kill in the league right there playing at home. So I am like, after just looking over those stats, I'm feeling a little bit better about the Unda pants that we are wearing right now.
I love all of those numbers. Let me jump on and add to the capping of this game because I capped 38 games this morning on Betting with the Bag. 38 games on one show. I believe that's the most that I've had shows before where we rapid fire through college basketball, but somebody else does the work. let's talk about this spot here, and I'm pumped. So the Penguins on the second half of the back-to-back, which we talked about. The Hurricanes are also 9-5-0 versus division rivals. And last night was only the second time all season that they were shut out. And I just think that they come out firing.
Yep.
Why don't we take a look at where the cash lies in this spot? And there's a ton of cash on this game. 9,394 tickets in. And the big bets have come in on Pittsburgh. That makes me a little... Oh, that's on the spread. Excuse me. No, it's still on the money line. The big bets have come in on Pittsburgh. 39% of the tickets, 63% of the cash. That makes me nervous. I will be legitimately nervous seeing that big bets are going in on Pittsburgh. I was hoping to see the tickets on Pittsburgh and the big bets on Carolina. And then we've seen the big market move towards the over the last hour or two. The initial market move was to the under. And it's a 50-50 on tickets, 49 and 51. But 61% of the cash is on the over. That makes me a little nervous. I believe that there is a goaltending advantage for the Carolina Hurricanes and Antti Ranta. I thought that Antti Ranta had a chance to be a real quality number one goaltender there when he was in Phoenix, and he never was able to stay healthy for long enough. And Freddie Anderson took the ball and went with it. I do believe that this is Jordy says, do you have a Carolina record after being scored on first?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't, Jordy. I don't offhand. Another thing, though, as a hockey fan, I'm so excited to see Malkin and Crosby. I don't care that much about Letang, but Malkin and Crosby, I'm so excited to watch. So excited.
I mean, when they had Stahl on that third line, going down 1-2-3, how devastating an impact. You got to go back to like Yzerman, Fedorov, and Larionov or something like that, but just you 1, 2, 3, Gretzky, Messier, and then I can't remember who was third there.
There's something you don't know about me, Kip, that you should know, that you just named my favorite player in NHL history. And the number I wore, the password for almost everything that I have. My favorite player, they chanted his name when I would score. I would talk to him after games in Vancouver. I read his autobiography when I was 9 or 8, and that is Igor Larionov.
He's one of my favorite players of all time. So you wore 18.
I wore 18, and then I switched to 7 when he switched to 7.
Oh man, I wish that Bure and him had a few more years together. And I often think, what you must as well, what just like his assists would have ended up had he have played in his prime in the NHL and not come over so much later in his career. Because in terms of passing, I'm always like, I think Larionov was probably the best assist guy, at least in terms of the generation that I've been watching hockey for, which is a long time.
Do you know why he wasn't re-signed by the Canucks? And I'll tell you this in a second. Community new knowledge is what we're doing with this first period, Jimmy. If the problem is that the Hurricanes are favored, and I don't want to take a -0.5 here because I'm on the under 6.5, so I'm cheering for no goals. But I think the Hurricanes come out flying. I'm saving bullets to fire live. Community new knowledge, by the way, thank you for joining us with Best Bettor. He's a very, very strong capper who I've just started working with, and I've loved everything that I've seen. He's been working with us for the last few months, and he's very, very, very strong. So great to have you in the chat. I don't want to take a -0.5 because I don't want any goals in the first period. So, but I think that the Canes come out flying. Trusty, thank you for joining us. Trusty's got to head off to work. Thank you for joining us. It was great to see you.
Peace, Trusty. Good to see you, Dennis.
This is the story, and maybe you know it. Some people don't, and they think, why did Pat Quinn not re-sign Larionov? It's not that case. Obviously, Pat Quinn was in love with Larionov. Everybody was enamored with Larionov. It was just that the deal with the Russian Red Army was that if he was re-signed by the Canucks, that Red Army would get paid dollar for dollar. So if they re-signed him for $375 or $750, then they would have to pay Russian Red Army. And Larionov said, please.
Don't. He has to be. He didn't want to pay the Red Army. Yeah. I remember that.
And that's why we lost him. And then it shows the kind of guy Pat Quinn is, because he cared more about the relationships with his players.
Isn't that interesting though? That 92, 93, that he's having that conversation and saying don't pay these guys.
Yeah. So then he went to the Sharks and it broke my heart.
Yeah, and then he went to Detroit and
he was magic.
Yeah,
but he was pretty nice with the Sharks and Johan Garpenlov and those boys. Community of New Knowledge says, okay, the over 1.5 is -160. Now we're talking. The thing is, you're right. The under, let me go to it. Sorry, the under 1.5 at +130. Now we're talking. I don't. And now because this over is being juiced, do I take this under 1.5? Now we're talking. Do I make another bet right now? I think I do.
Where are you going?
I think Community Knowledge just got me on the spot here. The under 1.5 at +130. I mean, that goes with everything that I believe in this game. I'm betting on the under, and here's a plus line off. Okay, again, this is going to be part of my $50. Even though this isn't quite a live bet, I'm only going to put 50 on this as part of my live bet action.
Love it. Love to see it.
All right, I'm in. $50. Community New Knowledge. Even if this doesn't cash, thank you for leading me here. It correlates with everything I think here. Now, this is not going to. The one thing about this is it's going to slow me down live betting if a goal is scored. But it is what it is. I'm betting it right now. $50. Oh wait, it just changed.
Hang on, you're going $50 under 1.5 goals on the first period. Sorry.
Yes, from both teams. Why did not let me bet it? The availability of your selection has changed. Well, maybe I got to go to live in game. Sorry, it's not. It's holding me off here from betting it.
The bots know. The bots know that it's a winning ticket.
Oh yeah, because the puck just dropped.
Yeah, we are live now.
God. Okay, it's +120. I'm gonna bet it.
All right, we are away. Oh my God, Sid almost scored right off the hop.
Okay, I'm in. It's so I lost $5 of profit. I'm in at +120. All right, let's get it. Community New Knowledge. Okay, puck is dropped. This is very, very exciting. We'll again go over all the action from our players. Kip, what a treat it is to get to cap these games with you. This is so much fun.
Oh man, I love it. You're so brilliant and so sharp. I can't believe how many games you've already done today. You're just an absolute workhorse. And now we get to do this one live. So what we've been doing every week, we're updating what's happening with the best better. We're taking in-game bets, but Jimmy and I are also able to look, break down, and then make moves. When we see weakness, then we've been attacking it. And I'm sure tonight will be no difference.
It hasn't been great for me. And it's funny because every single time we've been live, I've thought I was going to sweep the board at one point.
Yeah, but you have run into like some pretty like gross bad beats, to go back to Tiffany Michelle, the night that we were watching and you were capping the Lakers Knicks game, you had pocket aces and 2-7 offsuit ended up knocking you over. So, like you got to kind of hang your head high and know that can happen in this game, but you were on the right side of the ledger. You got your action in at the correct time. And it was just an absolute fluke of nature that the Knicks completely threw away a 24-point lead. There it is. Oh my gosh. So Larionov, did you like him? Still like Igor when he was in Detroit? Was that your guy?
I was enamored with the way he played. I fashioned my game after him. I was in. By the way, the score in Toledo Bowling Green. So I'm on Toledo first half -9, 36-21 with 3 minutes left.
So that's 14. No, say that again. 36 to what?
it's 15 right now, 36-21. And the full game's minus 15.5. I'm just on the first half. I'm going to take my money and run. But Bridget Case is on that full game, so it's going to be fun to follow along there.
But I love that stat that you said that it's senior night. So if they get a huge night, the Muppets that are coming in and they've got the home fans and all of the girls that they've fooled around with that just come out, just give not Jimmy the bag, but they want their guy just to get two minutes. Those guys come out and they blow the game. And I like that you're just in on the first quarter first half when it really matters.
Yeah, I did that with a few favorites that I really like to smash and grab. I did that with Akron, the Zips minus 7.5, and I did it with Murray State at minus 8.5. So, and I was nervous doing it. It's not. You really have to be situational when you make bets, and big favorites will hurt you, I think, in the long run. But here, I really, really broke it down. Seniors night, they need to win to secure a positioning for the conference tournament. And I'm pretty excited.
Do you get fired up for the madness?
Yeah, I do, but I just love gambling. So I get fired up. I'm so fired up for this hockey game right here. Like I just love this. I love the opportunity to gamble. Now, college basketball is very difficult. You have 350 teams, and I find it really tough. And I also think that you need to dedicate your life to it.
Yeah.
And the best college cappers, NCAA college cappers that I know, they dedicate their entire lives to just that one sport. So I'm pretty nervous with college basketball. And now I'm opening up a little bit. I have 7 bets tonight on college basketball, and that's the most I've had all year.
Of the 28 games you said you capped today, Jimmy?
38. I capped 38 games today.
Of the 38 games that you capped today, how many of those do you have action on?
Oh, good question. I haven't doubled. Oh, I've doubled up on the Bucks game. That's my only double up. So 15.
Holy smokes. We're here.
Oh,
Play
no,
USA. Best better going down. You're hearing about Jimmy's capping. Oh, a big wraparound. That's incredible, brother.
No, 20. Excuse me, 20. I have 20.
And counting.
I'm a volume better. Sorry, I missed the first because I made 4 bets before my show.
Yep.
After my show, I added 16. I'm a volume capper, and I enjoy it immensely. But I do think if you only focus on a couple spots,
there it is.
Oof.
Gensel was getting good money. God, he's an incredible player.
Oh.
Listen to Jordan Norman. I'm pumped for my Tar Heels and Duke tomorrow. One of the best rivalries in sports. That is a super duper fact. Huge goal by Gensel. 1 bagel for Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I think you're a few seconds ahead of me.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Jimmy.
It's okay. It's okay when you say there it is. We'll time it. Don't worry about it now. Let's wait till the clock is running. That Ranta was all over his net. That was a very pretty goal. Well, let's see what we have live now. So, I'm nervous.
Damn, that was a pretty goal. Do you think that he intended to get that down to Gensel?
I'd have to see it again.
Watch this replay. God, that was an effort. But you know what? Pitt has come out on top of Carolina. They've come out. But you know what? Both teams fade on a back-to-back. I find, people can open up, and it's like the third period. We'll see who's who.
There was an advantage. So I'm not live betting anything right now. We're going to talk about it here.
Okay.
But there was an advantage with Pittsburgh having 4 days rest. But before this is the third game in 4 nights for Carolina.
That's right. Yeah.
That was a pretty goal by the Penguins. Do you believe this Penguins team has a chance to make a real run in the playoffs?
I do, Jimmy. I do. I equate it to leadership. key cog pieces that have been around and played together. Obviously, in the NHL, you can't keep a massive nucleus together, but you can have a culture. So, New England Patriots, when you've got Belichick who's a coach, and you've got a quarterback like Brady, and then you put a couple of pieces in and around them, and then a lot of cast of characters do change. But I do find like Sidney Crosby with his pedigree, with Malkin, I think they're dangerous at any time. The other thing is, they know exactly what it takes. They know the grind. And I think a lot of people don't know physically how much of a toll it is. So for example, I was playing a bar in a Soyuz in the summer, and Shea Weber had just come off his run to the cup. And, he got injured in the final, unfortunately, but he was talking about the weight loss and him having to manage that, and how, because a lot of these athletes now, it's 365 annual plus some when you're talking to dietitians and nutritionalists, what goes in your body, the water intake, how much salt you're losing, what you need. And he was saying that he physically could not keep, and he looks like a big man. If you see Shea Weber, he is broad and tall and big, and you would not want any piece of his business. But he was saying that he felt skinny and light, and it was because of going through it. So I think that now he knows exactly what it is on a very deep run. So I kind of think conditionally and mentally, more than anything, those guys know what it takes, and that culture can be a rub off. So yeah, man, I think they get through a tough series. They get through 2 tough series. Then who wants the Pittsburgh Penguins, man? I don't know. I wouldn't want them.
Yeah, they're. I did not believe they'd be this good.
Neither did I.
So it's impressive. By the way, the Hurricanes, 0 shots on goal. We're sitting on 0 shots on goal.
Yeah.
Huh. So right now you can get the Canes at plus 145. You could get them at plus 150 if you want the push. It's a draw no bet. I don't want that. If you want to take Carolina to score the second goal, minus 138, I'm not gonna. I don't want to ever bet juiced lines when we're doing anything live.
Can you take for NHL?
Oh, there's Nut Flush Allen in the house. Great to see you, Nut Flush.
I'm not as adventurous in betting NHL. What's the Asian puck line?
Oh, that's like a soccer thing. It's when you split it up. I remember during the World Cup, I could explain it perfectly, and now I've lost it. Let me just.
That's okay. That's okay. I said, I mean, I've never bet it. I always look at it. I'm like, that looks like fun, but I just, I haven't touched it. I could Google it myself. I could look into it.
Yeah, I could explain it during the World Cup, and I'm not going to try to explain it now. It's not going to let it go. But that's from soccer. That's from European action. And you see how when they go to Asian puck line, they go right into decimals. They don't even give you the North American, odds.
I've got David Tuchman text messaging me. He'd like a link for the watch party. Let's see if I can.
So just tell him that it was emailed out.
Hang on, I'll find it. And we hey, this is why we've got hockey, is because of David Tuchman. So if he doesn't come in to say hello and talk some trash because he's on top, then
Toledo got to the team total over 2. Just left money on the table there. 47-28 final. Final the first half. So that was an easy casher on the first half. And that puts Bridget in a nice spot here to get down to 2 legs. She could be 2 legs down.
It's too bad we can't do it. I mean, we keep things very transparent. The whole idea is to give everybody the same field to play and see who can make the most money. But at some point, I would be curious what the book is offering her right now. If she's 3 out of 5, because you know how in game you can start playing a middle, you can start going to other sides, you can hedge your bet a little bit. And I mean that's a little bit more complicated. And as I said, there's no need to make it too difficult. I just want like straight up, straight down, like missionary style betting, nothing too crazy. So, but yeah, 3 out of 5 ain't bad for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I'm going to need I think I'm just going to sit back and cheer some goalless hockey here and not add to my live action.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
I don't want to compound losses. I'm still kind of frustrated that I didn't take that team total over. I let the market intimidate me. It's a problem that I have in my own gambling. I give the market a lot of respect. Maybe that helps me. It certainly helps me in baseball, but in other sports, it might be a mistake.
Jimmy, what are you hearing? What are you hearing in baseball? Just to stay there for a second.
It just looks awful right now.
It does look awful.
Yeah. When they were trying to get it in to start the regular season, there was urgency and they were trying. You could tell that they were trying. They're no longer trying. So it's a bad spot.
I wish that the Hurricane would rock the Hartford Whaler jersey more. That's one of my favorite throwback jerseys in all of sports. I love that way. I love that white Whaler jersey, man. Even the green one
right here.
Okay, see, look at that. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what it is. Andrew Castle's Ronnie franchise. That was a pretty good 1-2-3 punch too back in the day when you got Mario at 1 and you had franchise coming at number 2, Ronnie Francis.
Oh, it's one of the, that's why they won 2 Stanley Cups in 3 years?
I think he was only there for one of them, Jimmy. I don't think that they had him for both. I think they won 91, 92. I think he was there for 92. I could be wrong. I saw them the next year in 93. I went to the very sacred place. What's it called? Montreal. What the hell is where Montreal played? The Coliseum. Coliseum? No, that's where that's where the Expos played. They played at the. Oh, it's killing me.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I went to that stadium, saw the Penguins. So it was Kevin Stevens, Jaromir Jagr, Lemieux, Francis. Against that Montreal team that went on to win. So, Bellows, Muller, Brisebois, Desjardins, Patrick Waugh. I think Savard might have been there still, but yeah, man.
Wow.
Good NHL 94 fodder for sure.
For sure. By the way, I'm on the Cleveland first quarter in NBA.
Over?
26-13 Cleveland.
Oh, let's go.
I really think attacking the Sixers early is a smart angle here, watching them play, watching them be so lackadaisical, knowing that they can turn it on whenever they want is something we can really take advantage of.
Yeah.
I should have gone first quarter, first half. My whole plan was to, and I just got cold feet investing that much money.
I wish you would have punched me square in the drink hole when I was watching the Knicks and Sixers game the other night because I'm so stupid. I started believing in those shitty Knicks.
Well, look, I'm on your Knickerbockers tonight. First quarter, +2.5.
In Phoenix?
Yep.
I love them in the first quarter. I love fading them in the third.
I'm confident in that bet. Look at my guy Nutflush says sitting here. Oh, the forum, of course, Jordy. Thank you. And Jose Bouquet says he believes in you. And there's Dabby Cab in the house. Nutflush says sitting here at the poker table listening to the show. Life is good, and these fish at the table are bad. I love it. Ooh, look at this. We have our first guest of the show. Very, very exciting. Let me set this all up and bring on your first guest, David Tuchman in the house. Tuck, can you move your phone horizontal?
What up, Tuck?
How are you, my man?
Hey, guys, I can barely hear you, but I figured you're watching hockey, so I had to show on. I'm actually at an ice rink.
How fitting.
Yeah. My kid's got hockey practice in a little bit, but I see that my Penguins are already up 1-0.
Yeah, you're looking good to sweep $1,000 off the table this week, my friend. You're looking good. You're in the driver's position. You're in pole position. What do you think? You think you got this?
I mean, listen, you never know. I mean, I'm sure that, if my competition is smart, they'll throw a couple of Hail Marys and see if they get lucky this week. But, they got to be careful because if they gamble too much this weekend, they can dig themselves a hole they can't get out of the next 6 weeks. We got another contest starting up next week. So, you got to be smart. I mean, if I was them, I'd probably just be like, okay, Tuck's got it. We're not going to catch him. Let's focus on the next contest.
I think that Bridget tried to throw every single dollar she had at the competition this week, which you're not allowed to do. So we had to tuck her in, but shows you her aggression and where her head's at, just about to head into the playoffs next week. Jon is doing Jon things.
Yeah. Could you talk about the NHL bet that Bridget Case made?
The NHL bet.
Say it one more time. I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
Bridget Case made a bet because it's the mandatory game. She made a $4 bet on this game to show her lack of her disdain for us having to make this. So she bet $4.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of value, actually, to be honest with you. So as you guys know, I create content. I create sports betting content. This is actually my games of the week. The line really moved, so we got in good. We had Pittsburgh plus 130. I think the line closed at Pittsburgh plus 117 or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. People don't realize the Carolina Hurricane, Tony DeAngelo is their power play quarterback. He's out. He's a big difference maker for that team, believe it or not. He missed a little bit of time for COVID, and the team really struggled. Pittsburgh is legit. This is absolutely 100% a contender. I did not see it coming back in September, but they're a good team.
Yeah, so Jimmy, did we not just say that? We both said that as well about Pittsburgh, that they're incredible.
Didn't see it. But Tuck, I am against you here. I am on the Hurricanes on the -1 line. I waited knowing that money would come in on Pittsburgh after beating the defending Stanley Cup champions last night. I love fading a team after a spectacular performance on the back-to-back and backing a team after getting shut out. So
yeah, the problem, listen, normally I don't want to take a team on the second half of the back-to-back, but, Carolina played last night too. And frankly, they lost to a bad Washington team. Washington has been bad since January 1st. Yeah. And to get shut out by them, that's kind of concerning. My instincts were Carolina too. And then after watching the Pittsburgh-Tampa Bay game last night, I was like, no, Pittsburgh is for real. I mean, don't get me wrong. Carolina's a really good team, and they'll be around when it's all said and done. But I wish you had told me, buddy. You could have called me up. We could have gotten rid of the juice and just bet each other.
Well, I would have needed a nice price, and I waited because I knew money would come in on Pittsburgh. It's not the fact that they're on the second half of the back-to-back. It's the fact that Rod Brindamore is somebody that I love.
Yeah.
We know that he gave Eric Lindros one of his concussions because Lindros banged somebody's wife. He's one of the most respected guys in the NHL, and he's the toughest guy on the Hurricanes, and he's not going to sit back and let this team get shut out by the Capitals. He's not going to let that happen back-to-back nights. He's going to slap everybody in the face and sharpen up a chopstick and point it at everybody's larynx and say, you step up.
I get your thought process. To me, I don't know. These are professionals. And if it was just as simple as turning on a switch, every coach would do it. We'll see. It's still 1-0 Pens.
Yeah, it's still 1-0 Pens.
And the Pens are going to the power play right now.
Who looks? I obviously I can't watch the game, so I'm just gonna.
The Pens.
I'll just pick a thing. But who looks better?
The Pens look much better.
Way better.
Yeah.
And they outshot the defending Stanley Cup champions 40-21 last night.
Hey, listen, they outshot them. At one point yesterday, it was like 15-3. And this is a Tampa Bay team that had all their big guns. I mean, they weren't really missing anybody. Vasilevsky was in net. Kucherov was there. Braden Point was there. And Pittsburgh, like I said, I mean, this is the one team I was dead wrong on. In August and September, when I was looking at my futures, I did not think Pittsburgh was going to be in the mix. And they absolutely are one of the top 6 or 7 teams. And I'll tell people out there, if you're looking for a future bet, I know on Bet Rivers right now, you can get Pens plus 1,600 to win the Cup. And there's value there.
Yeah, I guess so. It's the Atlantic.
Pittsburgh should have had one there. He fanned on it. Jimmy, you're going to see it in a second.
You're a few seconds ahead of me, and it's driving me crazy.
I'm a positive game.
I'm losing my shit here. You know what? We're both on the over 6.5 in Detroit, Tampa, and no goals in the first period.
What?
Very
Really?
uncomfortable,
Oh, man.
yeah.
I'm not, like I said, I'm with my kids. My 4 and my 8-year-old are on the ice skating around, and my 8-year-old's got hockey practice in 40 minutes. So it's all about dad time right now, so I'm not even watching. But I'm surprised because Brian Elliott's in net for Tampa. You know,
Yeah.
and to your point, you know, an angry Tampa team coming back today versus Detroit. I kind of figured it would be like a 6-2 game, 6-3 game for Tampa. But I don't like to bet on Tampa when they have Brian Elliott in net, so I just took the over.
Well, and speaking of my respect for Rod Brindamore, I told everybody over and over again that Alex Nedeljkovic, who was nominated for the Vezina last year, must be a character issue and won't be a starting goaltender in 5 years if Brindamore does not want him as the starting goaltender for the Carolina Hurricanes after being nominated for the Vezina. I trust Brindamore. I trust Brindamore with my children. I would trust Brindamore. I would. You know, I just love the guy, and if he says Nedeljkovic is no good, I believe him.
Yeah, I'm curious what Carolina saw because the Hurricane are one of the sharpest teams in the league when it comes to analytics. They're just on the ball. A lot of the teams in the NHL are kind of, you know, they're still in 1995, but the Hurricanes they are sharp. They're sharp as fuck, for lack of a better word. And that was a curious move to bring in Freddie Anderson and let their starting goaltender go to Detroit. So they had to see something. It was interesting. Hey, guys, listen, I got to go. But let's go Pens.
Go Pens. We'll
Let's
talk
go
to you later.
I want my $1,000.
Hey, well, listen, you got to be on the show. We're going to see you on Monday. All right.
I will see you on Monday for sure.
All right.
100%.
Take it easy.
Be well, Tuck.
There he is. That man is the top dog.
Yeah, he's sorry, let me fix this. Gregor Turpin in the house as well says a love and pit, and as you should. But that was a huge penalty kill for my action. Huge. Enormous penalty kill for my action.
Yeah, that was huge.
Oh God.
Oh.
All right.
Did you speak too soon? Did you speak a little too soon?
Oh.
Wow.
This is not good.
Did you get oh man. Sydney, the kidney bean. So I missed this. So Letang gets it up. Gensel chips it in. Rusty. Oh my gosh. What a pass. What a pass. Through the legs. There was not much daylight there, Jimmy. Not much daylight there, but rest assured, if Sid gets that there, he's not missing. See, down on bended knee, proposing, entering the red light district. Woo,
I'm in
Sid
tremendous
the kid.
trouble. Well, I think Pittsburgh shuts the door now.
Well, I gotta say, what's up to the Turpin kids? What's up, the Turpin brothers, both in here?
Nice.
Yeah, man. Those are my dudes right there.
They're loving Pitt, and I get it. Okay, I'm loading up here.
Hang on. Are you doubling, tripling down on Carolina right now, Jimmy?
No, I'm going back in on the under.
Okay.
I do not.
I like that.
I think Pittsburgh plays really clean hockey. I'm dropping 50 right now on the under 6.5 and plus 125. To pay out 112.50, and I'm in.
He is getting back in.
I know the way Pittsburgh is going to want what Pittsburgh's going to want to do now. They're going to want to shut the door.
Well, what did they say? What did they say the most dangerous lead in hockey is, Jimmy?
I never believed that ever in my life.
I know it's ridiculous, but that's what they say. There's a reason why they say it.
Well, I'll tell you another thing. My dad despises that term. And also, if anybody says I'm putting in 110%, my dad writes that individual off as a human being.
Oh yeah, that one is brutal.
If they're gonna just say something that doesn't exist, he just will write them off as an individual.
But psychologically, one goal you're not comfortable. You can get confident. You can get confident and a little bit lackadaisical when you're up. Again, in the NBA, when you play basketball, it's like 10-point lead. Yeah, you love a 10-point lead, but it can vanish quickly. I know a 10-point lead in basketball can vanish a lot quicker than a 2-goal lead in hockey. But 2-goal lead can be dangerous. But there's a reason why it sticks around. But I guess there's a reason why people say 110%, and that's just an ignorant, stupid, shitty thing to say.
Yeah. Oh, we've got really exciting action going on right now in NCAA basketball and NBA. in NHL. By the way, 1-1 in New York. So Rangers Devils 1-1. We have action in that game. Let's pull it up right now. Who has that? That is let me pull
Bridge.
up, Bridget has that as part of her parlay, but she's not the only one. I believe Tiffany does, right? Yes, Rangers money line with the Hurricanes money line. She's in big trouble. The Hurricanes are showing nothing. Rod Brindamore is not going to sit back and let the Penguins just slap him in the face. I love Brian Boyle, by the way. What a great pickup. The Penguins have a ton of heart and soul in the squad.
And they've got a good mix of like youthful people coming up behind in the system, that are starting to show out. And the leadership is there, and it's just been consistent and it's been excellent. And above all things, they've been healthy.
Yeah.
If Malkin's good, no concussion problems. If Sid's good, no concussions problems. Malkin's good. It's just two massive waves coming at you in succession. You go underwater the first time, you're trying to get up and try to catch a breath, and then boom, you get hit with the Malkin wave. Two lines like that, they can just destroy you. Did you see Carter, by the way, was on the second power play for Jon Orlando? Did he know something?
I need no goals here in the next 5 minutes badly.
All right, Jimmy. Then
all right, so I'm 503, 502, 501, 5.
All right. I'm at 458. Hang on. I'm going to give you one more pause.
Oh, no, I don't need one. If you're a second with me, I can work with that. With that. Well, I'm in big trouble here. So another thing, if this game gets closer in the second, okay, I need it to be 2-0 going into the intermission. Then we'll do another review of everybody's action.
Yes, of course.
But I need one team to be quite a bit ahead, and then I'm going to cash everything out and not let the third period hijinks.
Oh, you're changing your tune a little bit. You're gonna give some money to the bots.
I had the Red Wings Hurricanes under 6.5, and it was 1-1 going into the third period, and I lost that. And I've been snake bit on these under 6.5s when it's 1-1 going to the third period, and I'm not just gonna sit back and let that happen. If I'm being offered 80% of, I'm just gonna take it.
You know where I stand on that one.
I do, and I, that's why I'm so excited about every week. Kip and I will be live for a game every week, and I want to be a live betting assassin.
You know who I was telling somebody about the Ken Jennings thing? I think it was the Housel guy that came after Ken Jennings that made a fortune on live betting, or there was another guy that did live betting as well. We do have to Google that because we bring them up all the time. We get super excited. We think we're going to win at Jeopardy and at live betting. And I don't know if we have our facts and sources right. We got to double down and check it.
Yeah. But Jennings did it for a living. I know that.
For sure. Okay.
That's facts.
All right.
That's facts. I watched him talk about it.
Okay. Then there's another guy So guess what? You're going to be on Jeopardy.
I could care less about Jeopardy. I want to make as much money as possible gambling here with you. I want to seriously, like, I did a show with Teddy Covers today, and I was like, my main goal in life is for my unit size to go up. And this will be a big piece of it, live betting, I think, over the next year with you. Every week, you catch us on Best Bettor, live betting a game. Every weekend.
Play USA, right here, YouTube, Play USA, Jimmy the Bag, Kiprios, plus everybody from Best Bettor. You'll be able to see all the action, mandatory bets, in-game bets, Jimmy and I throwing bets, throwing money around like absolute maniacs. Jimmy's wad's going up. See, the thing is, you'll bet 50, and I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go 75, I'm going to go 20, I'm going to go 5, I'll go 10. I like that, you keep your unit size very consistent.
I do, but I don't think that's helped me that much because one thing, there's Dennis Garcia in the house. What a great capper he is. I can't wait to bet the horses with him all day tomorrow. Thanks for joining us, Dennis. One of the things for me is that the urgency of me succeeding in sports gambling has gone a little bit because I have a paycheck creating gambling content. and
Right.
it's not sports gambling that's putting food on the table. And I'm not taking advantage of situations like the Lakers live.
It's so funny, but don't just. I want you to hang out there for a second. How a paycheck can dull us like a killer instinct.
Yeah. Well, we used to talk about it in stand-up comedy. In stand-up comedy, if your life started getting good, your comedy would suffer.
What are you talking about?
If you were well fed and getting sweet love, well, you're not going to be very funny tomorrow.
Bro, the worst thing that happened to me as a musician was making money. It was a horrible thing for my art. Well, then I went broke, absolutely, completely broke, and then the art got good again. And then you get married.
You won a huge prize that's very respected in Canada, the Polaris Prize.
No, I did not win the Polaris.
I thought you won the Polaris.
No, I won this peak performance thing. See, again, Polaris will give you respect. No, I won $100,000, so yeah. Again, they gave me money and the art went to shit. Yeah.
There's Jose Bouquet says I'm old and washed up and need a young buck to fire me up. That's what we need. We need Jose to fire us up, and Jose does. Jose really does. I love working with him. You know, his youth and his hope and all that stuff. It is fun to be around.
We need that. We're so broken, so abused and battered by this life of turmoil. But when I see Jose, and when I see Vladimir Putin coming on a show with Jimmy the Bag, it really warms my heart. I can't believe you still have that direct line with that man. And he made some bold picks. He's got the Suns from the Phoenix from the ashes. But yeah, Putin came on and he riled up a little controversy. They thought that he had other things on his mind, but no, he was making bets with Jimmy the Bag.
Jose. Well, I think it's a dangerous topic. I'm uncomfortable with Vladimir Putin being on my show.
Yeah,
it's I can understand that not everybody approves of it. He was on the Suns. Minus 10.5, and he said they're going to win by 30, and they won by 30.
So he's not a bad capper. I mean, in spite of not being a great person, he's a decent capper.
A terrible person, decent capper. Dennis Garcia says, Morency says, I need this to be 2-0 going into the end of the first. Dennis Garcia says, Gabe Morency, a man that I've loved working with, said his shows are better when he loses, more to rage about. Look, yes, Morency's. Oh gosh.
Oh my God, that was close, Jimmy. You and I are now syncing up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't need. Morency doesn't need a paycheck either, so he needs losses to scream and yell. So it's a little different. It's a little different than. Oh, sorry, just a sec. One.
That's okay. Yeah, I've seen Jimmy be upset. The Lakers Knicks game. That was comedy gold.
I thought I ruined the show there. I have a family that I love very much, and we don't have a huge space here. And I've got my 4-year-old Friday night and this is a party time, 7:45 p.m. Eastern. I mean, she's partying.
Oh yeah, this is an Ella party time for sure. At some point, maybe she does the halftime show between like the intermission show. Just throwing it out there.
She likes to be on camera.
I love it. The show's better. We win money when she's on camera. So
yeah, I need these 18 seconds to finish here. Just dump the puck in, casually dump the puck in. 10 seconds. Give me some hope here. I think my under 6.5 at plus 125. Oh. All right, perfect. 4.5 seconds left. Jose says, for some reason, I'm always sauced up when Best Bettor is on, and I come on here and I get angry that Jimmy thinks he can beat me in a race. Look, Jose, Jimmy doesn't think that he can beat you in a race on ice, in skates. He knows it. I know it.
I cannot wait for San Antonio for this race. This was the best part of the watch party last week was the banter between you and Jose. And, I really, truly hope that Jose's got a power skating coach. Like, how good would it be if he just did, like, the next 3 weeks was just a montage of Jose putting in the work, putting in the effort, and trying to hand you a loss. I know you haven't strapped skates on for about 10 years, Jimmy. Don't lie to me. It's been a long time. And the young blood, he's 20 years of youth, 20 years of stupid youth that could be invigorated, but he needs a power skating coach right now. And I don't know if Tim Duncan is
physically, he's sloppy.
okay.
When I was his age, when you were his age,
tight.
I'm not sure. I was being a comic for a few years, but physically, Jose is sloppy. That would be the term that I would use for him. So it's not like I'm facing a young buck in peak physical condition. Astute Chaos in the house. Thank you for joining us, Astute Chaos. Great capper here. We're in the first intermission of this game. Why don't we take a look at what we're being offered in our live action, review what the best bettors bets are, and let's take a look. So for me, the last bet that I just made, again, my unit size now with live betting, I want to not be afraid to fire out, and I want it to mean something. So I think $50 is a pretty nice spot. I'm pretty nice. So the under 6.5 at plus 125, they're offering me $3.58 of profit. They're offering me $53.58 on that one. The under 6.5 that I bet before this game started is at $44.52. The Carolina Hurricanes minus 1.5, because I had to build my -1 line, is really bad. Now this is only $100 here because I put $100 in another spot, but they're offering me $6.80 there, and I get it. And then on my 100, so with the -1 calculator on a $100 bet, the money line is 60.68. The puck line is $40. The money line right now they're offering me $15.20.
Well, I laid down a $20 parlay for the Gwynns, the Tony Gwynns from Pittsburgh versus and the Unda, and right now the bots on that Twinkie there, they're offering me $33.05. But I will not accept that from those bots. I think the bots, what they should start doing when I'm betting is offering me a little bit like extra than what would return right now, so they don't have to sweat and leak oil, because I will break a bot. I will break a bot's face. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these little bullshit offers of like 7%. It's like, I'm going to win, Roby. Just give me the money and put something extra nice on it. I'm tired of it. Tired, Jimmy.
Well,
tired of these bots.
When I'm looking back at the decisions I made over the last 24 hours in NHL, I was banking on the fact that the Carolina Hurricanes would bounce back. And David Tuchman was banking on the fact that he trusted what he saw, and that was the Penguins out shooting the defending Stanley Cup champions 40-21 and beating them 5-1. And what he counted on is worked better than what I've done. Let's take a look at Tuchman's action here. That $150 at plus 130. If the Penguins win this hockey game, he's going to get $1,000. Unless. So let's just take a look at. We'll take a look at Bridget Case's parlay once more.
Okay, because if that comes in, she comes from the basement and sweeps the loot off the table. $1,000 bonus is up for grabs on the best better. Whoever is up the most money this week, we're just going to give them $1,000, and then we're going to see who's who in the zoo in the playoffs, and they're going to win another $1,500 after that. But $1,000 after this weekend, that's coming out of the pocket. And for Bridget, she has been in 5th or 4th place this entire competition. So if this parlay hit, and Jimmy, I don't know if you know this, she thought that the playoffs had started. They have not. That's okay. She's got a lot in her mind, young Bridget Case. She tried to put $400 on this parlay, which was almost every dollar that she had. So yeah, I would love an update on this parlay.
Well, she's got Murray State to win the conference, and they got to take care of business because I've got them beating up on Southeast Missouri State SEMO tonight. But she's already cashed the under 145.5 in Illinois State, Northern Iowa. She is looking very good on Toledo minus 15.5. They cleared 24 points at the break. Then she's on Ball State money line. Will Ball State money line be the bet that hurts her? There's a minute and 17 seconds left, Kip. And it's 64-63 Ball State.
Oh my
so
God.
if she cashes this, Toledo's up 29 points with 12 minutes left.
But those seniors, they are going to be getting in there.
No, she's fine. She's good.
Jimmy, those seniors, they can barely catch. They're coming in. They haven't played all year. So nervous. Just one last hurrah. Hoping a scout is there, fumbling. These seniors, Jimmy.
It's all here. So there was just a turnover by Western Michigan. This is nuts.
Hang on. I'm bringing it up again. Just a second.
This is nuts. If Bridget Case does this and scoops Tuchman $1,000, the first thing I'm going to do is laugh hysterically. The second thing I'm going to do is respect Bridget Case. And we knew that college basketball was something that she would excel at. So,
but Jimmy, hang on here. That is the beauty of this competition. You can be up all the way. You can go as far as you want, and you can be as smart as you want and be as sharp as you want. But sometimes when Lady Luck intrudes into a conversation, Lady Loogie comes into the conversation. When Lady Loogie spits at you, you better watch out. No, but when Lady Luck intervenes, my friend, and you put together like a 4 or 5 and you hammer it with dough, I think it's good for the competition. It's horrible as somebody who thinks critically and analytically about betting, but it's great for the show because it's entertaining as hell, and it truly does show what you love about sports. And what I love about sports is anything can happen, bro. Anything.
Well, there's 8 seconds left, and the Western Michigan Broncos have the ball with Malik McMillan that has the ball. Are they going to call a timeout? No. Lamar Norman Jr. shot the 3 and missed. Wow. Ball State wins 64-63.
Okay, wait a second. So what is she?
My goodness.
Hang on. So hang on. She just needs Toledo now?
No. Well, she needs Murray State to win the conference. And they are big favorites to win the conference. By the way, Dennis Garcia has moved on Carolina plus 1.5 at plus 105 live. I like that bet a lot. Wow.
Oh, new to town in the building. What is up? Twate latte in the building.
Latte. You know, his name initially was Aspire to Elate.
Okay.
And 5 years ago in Costa Rica, my partner, for whatever reason, would mess up pronouncing it. And it was on purpose, probably. And it became Twate Latte. But that was supposed to be Aspire to Elate. He says, Mr. Jimmy's, I parlayed the Pens each game to score in the first, and then Martingale the second, and Martingale the third, and the Pens have only been shut out once this year. He meant to say parlayed. Martingale. I was like, do I need to look up a new term for gambling?
Asian puck line and Martingale too. What the hell did I'm gonna Martingale these Penguins as well. I love it. So Twatty Latte, and I also called him Mr. Newton for my first introduction.
Definitely Twatty. You know, one thing that Twatty does though, and he's always done this, is he finds a team that's hot and he focuses on getting paid out by them. So about 2 years ago, the Reds had a nice balance in their lineup with lefty bats and righty bats, and they were succeeding offensively. And what he started doing was betting team total overs on every Reds game. And he picked up, I believe, about 10K in 6 weeks. And that was all he was doing. He was only betting Reds games. He was focusing on, and that's what he does. And when we talk about the mistakes that we make as gamblers, and one of the things that I've done mistake-wise, as a, someone who's just putting out a ton of action each day, is I'm not attacking the best opportunities on the board. I'm too caught up in keeping the unit price the same, keeping the volume heavy for my own enjoyment. And Twatty focuses on one thing and he attacks it. And that's what makes him such a great gambler.
Oh, that's a great hustle. That's to be able to pinpoint the value. I've got my buddy Julio, kid from North Vancouver. He's been betting. 25 years. He was betting way longer than I was. And like, back when you have to run around with books, when Clay came back, it was 1.5 over threes. He started punching that, and then it moved to, I think, 2.5 threes. And it's just a prop that he's just been banging, and he's hit the over on Clay's threes 9 out of 10 times. And he just like, I love this prop. And until that, they like, now he's not getting as much value as he was initially, but he found something in the market. He found some softness. He found something that was consistent, and he's been hammering it.
That's how you succeed. Twatty's good at that. And I do believe he meant Martingale. So wow. It's impressive. It's impressive from Twatty Latte. But the big story here on Best Bettor, Astute Chaos says you definitely have to have 3 to 4 teams that you know inside and out. Well, I mean, that's not the issue. The issue is not whether I spend all day. It's my job, my livelihood, and my everything studying these games and these teams. So it's not that I don't know these teams inside and out. It's that I'm not attacking the vulnerabilities at a higher unit price. And that was something that I really did when it was what put food on the table and what paid my rent. We have Astute Chaos in the house, and I love capping with him. Wouldn't mind taking a look at his action this evening as I try to copy and paste all the action from the cappers that I respect, and I definitely respect Astute Chaos. So he started with Cleveland, Philadelphia, first half over 110.5, and he was getting nothing from the Sixers. Oh, he's in business. Oh, he's about to. He just cashed it. There's 4 minutes left. So great. Wow. Look at this guy. This guy's a beast. So it's Astute Chaos already cashed his first bet. Cleveland, Philadelphia, first half over 110.5 at minus 108. And let's see his next spot here is Utah, New Orleans Pelicans, first half over 109.5. We're just going to build here at Best Bettor, but having these cappers joining our show and talking about their action is also going to make us better. And a big shout out to Astute Chaos, a great call. So let's go over this huge game changer here with Bridget Case. So this is pretty spectacular. Under 145.5, they close at 143. Ball State money line, they win by a point. Now she's got Toledo minus 15.5. She's in business.
When is that conference decided, Jimmy?
By I think Sunday.
Okay.
I believe. Okay. I'll double check here. I believe that it's the semis here. Let me. The quarters. The quarters might be today. Monday would be the latest. Let me just go over this quickly here. But wow, she is in business. Yeah. So it'll be done. I'm not sure if the finals are tomorrow or Sunday, but it'll be done this week. So the semis tonight, Murray State's against Southeast Missouri State, who they'll smack in the mouth. So she's got, and I say that because Southeast Missouri State just woke them up. Southeast Missouri State played Murray State last game of the regular season. Murray State was coming off beating Belmont by 30 points. Belmont's the best team in the their biggest rival in the conference. John Morant changed everything at Murray State. Turned them into a powerhouse in the OVC. But before that, it was probably Belmont would be the team you talk about. So you have Murray State and Southeast Missouri State in the one semi. And then in the other semi, you have Morehead State and Belmont. Ooh, wow. It's a really fun layer of action that Bridget has offered us.
Oh, okay. Hang on a second. Mr. New to Town, Twate Latte. We would call it the pyramid. So Martingale means you are doubling down. So if it doesn't hit like the first, then you hit it again. So here it is. Sorry, hey, we didn't mean to besmirch your good name, good sir, but I'd never even heard the term Martingale. So Martingale is a class of betting strategies, pardon me, I'm going to read from my phone, that originated from and were popular in 18th century France. The simplest of these strategies was designed for a game in which the gambler wins the stake if a coin comes up heads and loses if it comes up tails. The strategy had the gambler double the bet after every loss so that the first win would recover all previous losses plus win a profit equal to the original stake. Thus, the strategy is an instantation of the St. Petersburg paradox. So, Twatty Latte, apologize from myself.
that didn't help me much. Your explanation for it.
No, you don't you get it though? No,
I do get it. I think Twatty's explanation was a little more to the point. But your pronunciation of Twate Latte is very impressive, and you've always had the linguistic skills, and you're showing it right there. Martingale is doubling down.
Doubling down, pyramid. Yep, got it. Simple. But it is a beautiful term, and guess what? I'm sweeping that one, and that is going right into the vernacular. I'm just going to martingale that bitch. I love it. Right? How good is martingaling?
Yeah.
And then you get to confuse people. What was the martingale? Well, look it up, man. French. It's a French style of betting. I love it. I'm going to say with drinking champagne, I'm martingaling these bitches. I'm with it. I love it. That's what
it's good. It is good. And Jordy Norman says the final Saturday. So
the final Saturday. Oh my God. Bro.
I cannot believe this. Now, before we get too excited, we need Toledo's up 40. Okay, so that's done. Wow.
Those seniors though, Jimmy, those seniors come in, they can be the seniors were all former Washington Generals. They all played multiple seasons for the Jennies. They're from the Generalese, generally losing. So when those seniors come in, it could be bad.
I just mean there's a water boy and a ball boy at the end of the bench.
Yes.
That's about to graduate. That's but I hear you. Wow, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that this is the situation we have ourselves in Best Bettor.
This is as good as it gets, brother. This is as good as it gets.
If there's anybody that I'd want to get snaked, it's Tuchman.
Tell me why.
He's extremely confident. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But I'd like him to get touched up here. It would be hilarious. And he's already counted $1,000 as if it's his. And
but I mean, it would just be great too for Bridget, unassuming. She's been the biggest wiener. So whoever loses the most money every week owes a song of shame to whoever wins the most. Mm-hmm. So she's been the biggest wiener. Not a great song, not a ton of effort. Like Jon Orlando's 2 songs of shame have actually been incredible. He did a country version for Bob that was hilarious. And then he brought in an opera singer to sing last week for David Tuchman, and he just mouthed the words, which is a little disappointing because his dad is crooner legend Tony Orlando. So look up Tony Orlando. Tony Orlando was a monster, but
and he gets talked. Tony Orlando is a big part of the lexicon of American culture. Like I hear him brought up now, and I didn't notice it before because I wasn't looking out for it, but now I see him dropped in conversations where I'm like, God damn. Oh.
Yeah, when I bring up the name, they always bring up the partner, and like people got stats. Like, yeah, he's a big thing. You know what Jon Orlando is doing today? Jon Orlando is doing a 24-hour podcast, so we may not be able to get his in-game action. He's doing it for charity. So good on him. That's a long shift. I could definitely see I could see Jimmy handling 24 hours. But good for Jon, man. He's got a couple of good causes that he's donating to. As I said on the show, one heck of a philanthropist. Not a great gambler. Not great at the show.
See, for me, like the being on the show is easy. Not saying 24 hours is easy. I mean, shout out to Jon Orlando. The hard thing for me is the prep.
Oh yeah, well you're a prep. Yeah, you go too far with it though.
No, I don't think I do enough. I mean,
well, that's what makes you good. That's what makes you good.
The prep is everything. It's the prep makes everything easier and all that. And
You just do what I do. You just bring up NHL 94. You bring up like your favorite teams, who was on those teams, and that's like 45 minutes of incredibly killer content. You're like, Ronick's head bleeding. Oh, that was close. That was close. They almost got into it, Jimmy.
You know what? I'd prefer the under now. The under is a bigger payout than anything. What I can't have is the Penguins to score any goals. And I don't think they will. I think they parked the bus.
Can you imagine? Well,
great opportunity.
Carolina's going to score. They're not getting shut out 2 nights in a row, Jimmy. So, like, wherever that action is, yeah.
I think this is a great opportunity for
next
unders.
Goal. Unders?
I really do. I think this is a fabulous opportunity to bet unders. Because I know we already moved to 5.5, by the way, live betting. And I've watched the Penguins. If we want to pull, okay, let's make sure we can get through this. Let's here we go. I'm gonna pull this up here. Oh wait, no, I have it here. Sorry, I'll pull this up. But something changed with this Penguins squad. Oh my God, I cannot believe Bridget Case is about to do this. By the way, it's 5-0 early for Murray State. The Murray State first half was like I knew they were going to smack Southeast. The 7-0 now Murray State. I just had this feeling that they were going to smack Southeast Missouri in the mouth after Southeast Missouri shocked them. We watched Murray State beat their biggest rival by 30 points. Of course, they're going to lay an egg. And remember, we talked about Bridget Case taking Murray State minus 11.5, and I was like, why would you do that? That didn't make any sense to me. After they beat their biggest rival, of course they're gonna, and they had nothing to play for because they swept the conference. That was their final game in the conference. They were 17-0 in conference play going into that. But here, let me just pull out the change with this Penguin squad, and the reason why I think the under is so gorgeous. Here.
Hey, a quick question by Jordan. What do you have Murray State first half at? He played them at minus 8.5.
I have
you get them at minus 8. Oh, minus 8.5. You got okay. I thought you got okay. Perfect.
No, I got the minus 8.5. I think. Well, I don't want to get too confident early, but I think that we are in business. I think that we're in business. So what happened with this Penguin squad? They lose 4-3 at home to Carolina. That was right after losing 4-1 at Toronto. Then they lose 6-1 at New Jersey. 3 straight losses, and they just tightened up the ship. They go into New York. They beat them 1-0. They go into Columbus and beat them 3-2. Then they've allowed 3 goals over their last 3 games since the 3-game losing streak. So I think this under is live, baby. And look at this, Stu Chaos, 129 and counting in Cleveland, Philadelphia. That was a spot that should put everything on. No. Come on, we talk about bankroll management. I know every time you're on the right side, and the Stu Chaos is often on that side, that you wish you had bet more, but there's nothing more important in what we do than bankroll management, and it will always be that way. It will always be that way.
Well, and also hammering on weakness when you get when you see a weak line, and getting on it. Oh, here we go again. So, oh shoot, that was almost another one. What did you say the score was in that Cleveland Philly game? Is Philly now coming back in?
I'm sure they are. I don't.
Hang on, I got it. Just a second. I am curious.
Yeah, we have. It's 0-0 Detroit Tampa now in the second. I'm screwed in that spot.
Oh, there you go.
Damn.
There you go. I liked them getting the next goal. I didn't touch it.
I don't want them to score, but of course, Stahl's going to get in against the Penguins.
Yeah, the former.
Who drafted him. I mean, that was such a big part of his history. It's 71-63 at the half. I came so close to going first quarter, first half, and I did not.
Oh, that was actually just a horrible puck management, handling in behind the crease. What are you doing? Yeah. It might not be Jordy's goal. Might have gone off somebody else's stick, but there it is, 2-1.
All right, I've lost the Raptors first quarter. I'm in trouble with the Bucks here. Oh, I need the Bucks first quarter. I'm setting up for a tough night in NBA all of a sudden. That
Yeah,
Troy
the Cavs
Brown
are up.
3 just hurt me.
What about, I mean, Sixers?
Oh, 25. I had them on the -1 line.
25,
Okay.
25. What are you talking about? Toronto,
I had
Orlando?
the Bucks, Bulls.
Oh,
Bucks, Bulls. Disappointing. Okay. All right. Well, let's just focus on the here and now, the NHL.
yeah, that's what we came here for. Came here to make money out here. I'm going to see what.
This is so massive. We need to. If Bridget Case could go from $400 to the top of the heap here and pick up a quick K, would be hilarious.
That really would. Yeah. I mean, it would warm my heart only in the sense that Tux has been running this thing all except 2 weeks. He's led this competition, and the only thing that got him out of first was a non-quarterback touchdown thrown by Mixon in the NFL, which was plus 1,400. Is that right? Does that sound right? This is Carolina, man. Carolina is coming on. And they're also due a power play, I believe. That one of the defensemen from Pittsburgh kind of got away with a hold earlier, so I wouldn't be surprised if the next power play goes Carolina's way.
All right, I would like to review my action here for a second.
Yes, please.
I'm going to need points from the Bucks in the second quarter badly. And I'm going to need your Knicks to step up in the first quarter.
Oh, I like that.
Huh. I just felt my whole back and shoulder tighten up. Kip, is that a good sign?
That means that you're ready to get paid. So your body's bracing for a Brinks truck to be dropped on your head. So that's good. That's good. Your body knows.
You're getting some love from the Mateo in the chat.
Wait a second.
Getting some love.
Mateo's out there? Where is he? What's up, Boner? That's my man, Fernando. We went to elementary school together, and he and I had absolute toothpicks for wrists and legs and bodies. So we were both teased mercilessly. So now we've embraced it, and we call each other Bone Rack. But the thing is, now I'm a bone rack that's got like a nice little paunch. I like to keep an extra 10, 15 up front when it matters, just in case I need to go to that dark place and can't eat for a few days. I keep that 15 pounds there in reserve. But I still have wrists of a 7-year-old boy that's very skinny and underfed by his parents. They're just shitty parents. It's not like they're poor or anything. They're just not great parents. And then, and really, like, I have no legs. Malkin coming in, dangling. So what's up to Fern? What's up to Bone Rack? How you doing, brother? Thank you so much for riding along with us. 2-on-1. That's a nice move. That's a really nice move.
Don't score.
Yeah, you tell him.
I'm on the Carolina, but I need the under as much. And those of you looking at live action, the 2-2 in a divisional game, I've been waiting just to live bet unders in 2-2 divisional games because they both just want the point and they don't push it. Twatty has a question here. Maybe you want to try answering this. Here you go.
Yeah. This
is for you. Why are the best bettors making such long shot bets?
That this week they're making long shot bets because whoever is on the top of the heap wins $1,000, no questions asked. You just got the biggest bankroll right now. You're getting an additional $1,000 to whatever your bankroll is for you, for your pocket. Doesn't, it's not going out. That's just a win. So I think Bridget found herself in almost uncompromising position of no way out. So I think her hand was forced in to start combining and parlaying bets. But in other weeks, no incredible excuse. I
think it was a mistake.
I also think it's a mistake. We've talked about this through and through, but I think that Jimmy, you nailed it right after you saw the bets, you said it, and I've already said it this evening. It's like they're betting like there's 150,000 and it's daily fantasy sports as opposed to betting against 4 people. So I think that, yeah, until this week, last week is a little bit more conservative. I felt, but this week people are going for that money. So, and for her, the only chance she had at the money was getting after it. All right, we've got text messages from,
okay. Well, when you pull in the text message, I'd like to step in with that answer a little bit as well.
Please.
I think that the best bettors that we will have on this series, and this is the first season of it, will have a vig right around even money, and we'll hit at 65 to 70% over a 10-week period. I think it's pretty simple. Now, somebody will hit a long bomb, hit a grand slam at some point, and that person will maybe have the highest score ever in best better, but won't be the best better. The best better will, double his money in the first 6 weeks and end up around $2,500, and we'll see that at some point. Dennis Garcia says, does it reset for the playoffs? No. And we have big news for our players that we haven't shared with them yet.
Do you want to break it now or should we wait?
No, I think we should break it now. I'd love to break it now. Do you want to take over? And I'd love. By the way, Kip, you did nail the fact that the Canes were due a power play. But yes, so let them know the situation. It does not reset, and that was something that both Kip Rios and I pushed for. We think that your first 6 weeks should be a part of your whole 10-week contest, and we have 4 weeks to go after this.
I agree. I think that, most sports, most leagues, your regular season, if you've got more wins, you get the advantage of playing at home. And like, especially in the NFL, what an incredible advantage. Or you've got the advantage of not having to play a game. So, when we were talking to the producers, they were like, well, we'll reset it at the playoffs. And both Jimmy and I fought for that to say, no, you got to be able to bring in, there's got to be some accountability. That's one big thing about this show is transparency and accountability. The difference between handicappers like Jimmy that live and die by what happens out there on the scoreboard and somebody that just comes onto a microphone and talks a lot of shit and they can say, oh yeah, Tom Brady's washed up. And then Tom Brady goes out and gets a Super Bowl. They never bring that clip up and say you were so wrong. But money talks, man. Like when you can see it and it's open, exactly. So if you can talk it and you talk a big game and you back it up, it's incredible. But the paper trail is there. The paper trail is live. So now, Jimmy, you tell them what we're going to do. You tell them what the playoffs mean.
Okay. I'd love to. So Dennis Garcia says, wait, so girl who's live to the crazy parlay, if she loses, she's essentially done right. This is what we are adding. And I always wanted to add this. This isn't because if you look at where we stand right now, I need Pittsburgh to finish off killing this power play. This is where we stand overall in the contest. So, we have this here. We have the leaderboard here. So we have 2 players in the black, 3 in the red. And the ROI for Tuchman is around 30%, which obviously is a good ROI. No shame on that. But I wanted to do this from the get-go, not because we haven't had huge success from some of our cappers, but we are adding $500 to their bankroll to start the playoffs. And they don't know that yet.
No.
But we're adding and this will be across the board. This will be for the second season, third season, fourth season. You will have $500 added to your bankroll after the first 6 weeks. Because we want action. This is about action. And
it's just like chipping up. It's like you can chip up at the table. You know what I mean? You got the one shot. You're in a house game. You're like, all right, you bought back in. You're screwed or whatever. Do you want to chip up? And it's like, yeah, I want to. You want more. You're more dangerous with more chips in front of you. You're going to make more decisions. There's going to be more action. And Jimmy and I are both about that action. So all 5 players, whatever they end with after this week, they're getting another $500. But what happens next week, they've got limits and minimums and maximums. So you have to bet 25% of your stack, and the maximum you can bet is 50% until next week. Next week, the playoff rules, people can go home. They can bet as much as they want. They got to put at least 10% on their 4 bets, right? That's it. So there's just like, you can't do what Bridget Case did tonight and put a $4 bet out. We will not let that happen in the playoffs. You're going to have to put at least 10% of your entire bankroll on 4. And then there's going to be in-games. We're going to press them on their in-game betting as well. So that's what's happening for the playoffs. It's going to get interesting.
It's going to get very interesting. Twatty says, I'm sure if they were betting their own money, they wouldn't make a plus $65 bet. I could be wrong. Twatty, if you gamble for a living and to put food on the table or to pay your mortgage or to pay your daughter's tuition, you don't make those bets.
Yeah.
But if you're a recreational player and you're looking for a big score, make
someone's
those
giving
bets.
you $1,000, you're gonna do it.
So I completely understand what you're saying, and I haven't put anything together like that. But I had plus 6,000 on the Niners to win the Super Bowl. Again, I did get cold feet and only put $50 on it, which I still hate, even though they came really close to cashing that. I forget. I could give you the date of when that happened. But then, sorry, just to finish, Twatty then says, Tuchman record actually looks pretty good at plus 250 average. I truly think that the person with the closest VIG to minimal will win these contests. And the reason why Tuchman's 250 average is that high is because he made a couple very small bets on the Busch series in NASCAR. And that's the reason why his average isn't right around plus 100. So, take it away. Jonathan Higginbotham. No, this is a live bet stream. We have that in our title, live bet stream. We're watching and live betting the hockey game. It's not just a live stream. We're betting here. So I apologize for that.
Just back it up for stupid bets. Sometimes like I went in to check on my odds and check on the live in game, and something caught my eye, and it's very foolish, but I put a tiny little bet on it, but no fourth goal was paying plus 4,000. And I know it's a horrible bet to make, but I was like, I'm just going to put $10 on it just for the hell of it. Just for something fun. And I didn't even go in looking for it. The bet, sometimes one of those just comes in and winks at you a little bit, and she's not the one. She's not the one to go home. She's never going to meet mom, but maybe but just maybe something happens, something really magical and special happens, and she meets mom.
This is all working out really nicely for me. I'm going to stay calm, and again, I will be comfortable cashing out at some point with about 12 or 10 minutes left because I'm just tired of the no goaltender hijinks. But I love what's happening right now because my heaviest action is on the under at this point.
The underpants.
Wow, the live under is back at 6.5.
Oh shit!
Why is that? Is there a power play that I don't realize?
Astute Chaos. Sometimes those are just hits for tonight. Bless your heart. That's why Chaos is so incredible.
He is. He's a great capper.
Just for the night.
Fun to cap with.
See, that could be a penalty right there. Might have got away with one. Might have got away with one with the stick between the legs there, Jimmy.
It was a real soft fall there. I would like to take a deep breath and look at my palms are leaking all of a sudden too.
That means you're feeling it. You're into
Dennis says, why cash out Jimmy? Try middle instead. Dennis, I've not cashed out for any of these spots. You know that I've not cashed out for any of these spots, and I don't want to. And your middle does make a ton of sense. It's just that I've been hurt badly with these 1-1 games and 2-1 games going over. I'm just really talking out loud, but you're right, Dennis. And that's not what I want to do. It's just that I've been hurt very badly over the last few live streams, not cashing out. But you're right. I'm interested in trying middle, and that's why I was shocked to see that 6.5. It's got to be back to 5.5. Why is it at 6.5 right now? It's 6.5 minus 135. Let's see what they're offering me right now. That under 6.5 at plus 125, they're only offering me $6.25 profit. It's crazy. I mean, I know it's just a $50 bet, but
Jimmy, we got a live in-game bet. I sent it over to you. I'd like you to share it with the folks. We got a live one.
We have a live in-game bet
We need a live in-game bet siren, I think, or live in-game bet like something.
Oh, good call.
Air
Good
horn
call.
or something like that.
Yeah, we do. We do. And who is this from?
Oh, I should have given you that information. My bell, Tiffany Michelle, your horse. She will not be charged or penalized because she's got live game action out on the floor.
So she made the same bet that Dennis Garcia made at plus 105. She made it at minus 215. She's on the Hurricanes plus 1.5, $25 to win 1163. I don't like it. I don't know what minus 215 juice is too much. I mean, she's not risking much at $25, but this is. I don't like seeing that kind of a minus 215. She's risking very little, so it's not a big deal, but it's not something that I would approve of.
You don't like the plus 1.5.
I don't mind the plus 1.5. Dennis Garcia got that plus 1.5 and plus money. The VIG is our biggest enemy. It's our most hated rival.
Oh, Jimmy. Oh my God. What a save.
Smith. I want that save. That save means
I needed that save. Oh my God.
It says you probably do, but if you can do it, you can do it without sound effects. You know, Dennis is just a hardcore handicapper, and he doesn't like the bells and whistles very much.
Okay, no whistles. Okay, I like
No,
it. I want to turn this into the whoop show. Oh yeah, with the Kool-Aid man coming through the screen.
I love that.
Oh yeah, we got
Dennis says, "Oh dear gosh, absolute robbery should be 2-2." Look, I need the Hurricanes to take care of business, but I'd rather the score stay low. For my action. I'm shocked that they went from 5.5 to 6.5. Only time has gone by. Why would they do that? Makes no sense to me.
Sloppy third period. I mean, the first goal that Carolina got was like mindless puckery. Oh, what? That's not offside? Crazy. Carolina, so many of these teams, Jimmy, that have Stanley Cups. Why my beloved Canucks? I was in the building, GM Place, Canucks up 2 bagel against Detroit. They go into the Joe. They swipe 2 from the wings. Lidstrom comes up over center court. From half ice, he dumps one in, puts it in. I'm in the building. And I look at my homie Northy and I'm like, that's it. He's like, calm down. I'm like, that's the entire series. No shit, no lie. He can back it up. I knew that goal was going to break the back and they needed to play near perfect hockey to beat that team. Datsuk and Zetterberg and Lidstrom.
That goal broke my heart.
Oh my God.
Smith is heating up. These unders are going to cash.
Yo.
These unders are going to cash. I shouldn't say that. That's stupid, but
no, we've been hot out of the gate and said some stuff.
But the Smith getting hot is a nice thing here.
It's a beautiful thing.
Be curious to hear what the Kraken has to say about all of this.
I'm very curious. Let's get the Kraken on the mic.
You know, it's certain shows we will, but I do think that we want this to be as PG as possible.
We do need it to be PG if we want to keep doing this, Jimmy.
Yeah. So
because this thing could go off the rails in a quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Oh, that will happen at times, and it sort of has before when I lost that game into the Lakers' next game into overtime. Yeah. But let's let it happen without blatant disregard for some of the established rules.
Decorum.
Stu Chaos says Jazz are tricky, and let's take a look at action right now here across all sports.
Or Jimmy, we go the other way. Hey, what are we talking about here? What do you got?
I needed the Bucks to step up here. I got a first half team total over. I lost the first quarter -1. I needed them to get points here. They have 24 points in the second quarter. There's 5:22 left, and I'm very likely to cash this team total over, and I needed it badly after not getting the Bucks -1. I've cashed the Cavs first quarter, and I lost on the Raptors -2 or -2.5 first quarter. So that was a very needed spot for me. So I also wonder, I'm not going to do it, and I've made a rule that I will not live bet a game I'm not watching.
Okay,
But
I like that rule.
you got to keep sharp and straight, or you just become, you start making ridiculous decisions. But gosh, right now the Sixers, and we've seen what they're capable of.
I was just I was just thinking the same thing, and I was actually just going to counter your point. For a guy that is in love with numbers as much as you are, sometimes you can just pick it up and be like, okay, this is where they are. They're down 9. They're in the third quarter. At some point, they're going to put a little bit of a run together.
The reason why it's just that I track all my action. So my ROI is negative on live bets where I'm not.
That you're not watching. Okay. That's a beautiful. That's why we track our bets. That's why we track it.
Twatty says that's a no-brainer. Can't live bet if you're not watching. But you want action. But I've got a ton of action on this card. It's not like, because sometimes when we have Saturdays, attaboy, Auntie Ranta, my favorite auntie. When we have Saturday shows, I don't have a ton of action going on. It's imperative for me to be fresh on Tuesday morning when I start my week of shows, Tuesday through Friday, with betting with the bag. It's imperative. I can't have my big poker game here is on Monday nights.
Oh, God.
I won't go to it. So they've switched it to Sunday nights on special occasions for me, but I can't do it. I can't. If I tell everyone, look, I'm leaving at 10 o'clock and I'm not drinking tonight, next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. and I'm twisted up,
Yeah.
So I keep these rules clear. And when we do the Saturday night live watch parties, there's often not a lot of action I have on a Saturday because I'm trying to kind of regroup and refresh, and I don't want to cap the whole card. Like today, I mean, look, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back or anything like that, but the 38 games was extremely difficult.
Yeah, you were on one today. You were definitely on one today.
With legitimacy here, the 22 NCAA games, I didn't cap hard at all. I could have spent way more time on each and every one of them. I was just setting a table for Babano. The NHL and the NBA games, I capped hard. So that was 15 or 16 games. 16 games. The 22 NCAA games, I was just setting a table. So it doesn't really count as fully. But Astute Chaos says that's the number one unwritten rule is don't live bet a game you're not watching. Look, and I hear what you guys are saying, but we love action. And
oh, look at the hang on. Look, you see the stat on this day in 91. The Penguins acquired Ron Francis, Grant Jennings, and Ulf Samuelsson for the Whalers in a trade for John. Oh my God, we were just talking about it. Zarly Zalapsky.
When I think of John Cullen, I think of Barry Peterson and the Cam Neely trade. When you bring in like a small centerman like Cullen and expect anything from him, it's a mistake. I mean, Peterson's first year, he put up 75 points. And I believe the Canucks were about 15 games under 500. We talk about centers. Did you mention Andrew Castles tonight? Why did I feel like when you were talking about Hartford, you mentioned him? Look, Andrew Castles was a pretty good player. Tomorrow, Dennis, we start at 12 p.m. for all of the horses.
How long are you going for tomorrow, Jimmy?
At least 8 hours.
It's a good session.
At a minimum. My wife would like it to stick to 8 hours. When we get past the 8 hours, we have a rule in the horse racing show that you must leave a loser. That's a rule. So if you're like, okay, this is my last race, and you win $100, well, you're not leaving. You can't leave.
No, we do that as well. I mean, I play Warzone with a bunch of kids. If you like win a game, that's not your last game. You can't leave a winner. No, you don't go out on top. Like you gotta, because you never know if you catch the hot hand. You can't walk away from the table. It's like hot. You get out of there when you cool off. I love that rule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the Pelicans are up 35-17 in the first quarter. The Thunder are showing out in the first quarter. I cashed on the Thunder +5 first quarter against the Nuggets, and I got talked. The market, it was one of those spots again where the market talked me off. It's not helping me. I don't think the market really in talking about it. If for the first few years of my career, when I doing this publicly, I would not talk about the market.
You didn't? Did you look at the market though?
No, I wanted just to talk about my capping and how I saw the game. No, and by the way, the Bucks have not scored now in 1 minute and 40 seconds since I said I was in business.
I'm a little bit scared about that team in the playoffs, Jimmy.
Yeah, legitimately. But we need to see them with Brook Lopez back. I'm not a huge Brook Lopez fan, but with Crazy Eyes Portis coming off the bench, you add an element of danger. And oh my God, I need these Bucks to get a couple. 2 points in 2 minutes since I brought it up. I'm in trouble. I need 9 points in 3 minutes. That should be fine, right?
Oh, we got Big Shot Bob. Big Shot Bob's coming in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm finna send it over to you.
Cool.
Oh, it's not small.
I look forward to hearing what his action is.
I sent you over the ticket.
Okay, let's break this down. Sorry, I'm a little fixated on this Bucks game, but I need 1 minute and 42 of no scoring. I'm shocked that they were offering a 6.5 a few minutes ago. I'll look at it now, but I don't want to look at it for a second. Okay, I'll take all the personal fouls that. Oh, Grayson just missed the 23. I'm not going to cash this. Unbelievable. Every time I get confident on a spot, you just got to shut your mouth. And I just open my mouth up, and they've scored 2 points in 3 minutes.
Hang on. There's how much? There's 4.5 minutes left.
I'm talking about Bucks Bulls. By the way, the Phillies now 3 points down.
We might have missed the market on that one.
I don't care. I got to keep this black and white. When you want to gamble badly, you got to keep certain things black and white. The Thunder first quarter cashes again.
They could be good. They could be good soon, man. They got so many picks.
I cannot believe I'm not going to cash this shit.
And do you hear the rumors about Sonics and Vegas getting basketball teams?
Yeah.
They're stronger. Those wins are picking up.
Yeah, I mean, they're both able to have a team right away. So they both have the infrastructure in the arena. So I don't know why they wouldn't bring them in. Oh, this is frustrating. And I tailed Dutch Boy fresh on this Utah -4. I didn't dislike it. I thought they played poorly against the Rockets, but and they have a, you know what I mean. Let's see what the Utah Jazz are live right now. Down 21 points, plus 390, plus 8.5. How do they not get within 8.5? I want to break my rule. How do they not get within 8.5 of this game?
Ella girl.
Want to say good luck to everyone?
Duck.
You're what?
Duck.
Your duck, yes. Ella wants her duck back. She gave it to me for good luck.
Oh, there but now there goes the good luck. There goes the good luck.
Tell everybody good luck, Ella.
Good luck is at the end.
No, we got lots more action here. Lots more action. Say goodnight, cutie. We got to work. Okay, say goodnight, Mike.
Ella. That's a good luck. That's a good luck charm that we all needed.
The Jazz are now plus 9.5 live. I mean, how do you not move on that? Is anybody watching this game? Can anybody give me the confidence to bet this right now? I guess I'll just stick to my rule, but come on, plus 9.5. I should be so lucky. Now it's off the board at 10.5. What are they just going to destroy? You know what? I got. Thank you, Astute Chaos. Thank you, my man. Yeah. My firstborn, I'm extremely proud and thankful.
Yeah, she's the cutest. The bots are making me an offer. The bots are making me an offer, Jimmy, on my no score.
What? Okay, let me. What do you think is Stu Chaos? Because he's watching the Jazz game.
Okay, yeah,
They're
let's get back to the Jazz.
No, what are the bots offering you? We have 39 seconds left in the. What should we wait till?
Yeah, we'll wait, and then we'll get into our action.
First?
Yeah, great call.
Okay.
And then maybe we go watch something else so we can get action over there.
Yeah, I could.
Uh-oh. Oh my God. Yo, he
Casey,
is
get back in net.
Get it out. Oh my God. Get it out.
They can't get it out.
No. Carolina has a lot of pressure. Holy smokes. This is insane, Jimmy. We picked a winner. This game's been great.
The Jazz at plus 10.5.
They're going to put a little bit more time on the clock, I think.
Okay, now I'm being offered 75 for that under 6.5 at plus 125, deservedly. So the under 6.5 that I bet pregame, they're offering me 112. The Carolina Hurricanes minus 1.5, they're offering me $7. Come on. But I like this. I like where I stand. I should do nothing. Or bet on the Jazz plus 10.5.
Bet on the Jazz.
Now it's 12.5. You know what? I'm just going to stick to my rule. Stu Chaos says Jazz can't get a bucket, Jimmy. Look, I'm not watching it, and I got to stick to this rule. Or if I don't stick to this rule, I'm going to start making bets willy-nilly, especially if I cash this. So I'm just off of it.
They're down 24. It's 14.5 now, Jimmy.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to stay off. Obviously, if I was watching it, I would lock it down. I cannot believe I'm not going to cash this buck spot. Ugh. I'm in grave danger. By the way, Thunder first quarters just keep cashing. Okay, so let's review. Sorry, we're cleaning up toys in the background. That will cease to happen here shortly. We have, look at the score in Toronto. Is that nuts or what? The Raptors put up 39 points in the first half.
Hang on, look who's here. We got somebody knocking at the door.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Well, whose birthday is it?
He's freaking out in the background. I don't know if his internet is sound. It looks nice.
Well, bring him in. Look how happy he is, Hank. Look at this guy. You get him in here.
I will. Please welcome to the show, Bob Guiney in the house. Bob, what's happening?
Hey! Happy birthday, guys.
Happy birthday, Bob. Is it your birthday today?
It is not. But I'm at a birthday party, a little kid's birthday party. Look at these guys. This place is insane. Little dudes.
Oh, my God.
There's my son as a construction worker.
Hey.
Yeah. Grayson, say hi.
Hey, Grayson.
Hi, guys.
What's up, Grayson?
Yeah, so we're working hard here at the party, having a good time. I'm on kid duty, and I thought it seemed like the right time to give you guys a call. And I heard you were putting away some toys there, Jay Sweezel. So I figured we could put some toys away here at the Guiney house as well.
Thank you, Bob. Let's review action for yourself. You have Ryan Strome over a half assist. Let's take a look at that right now and see if you're in business, because the Rangers do have 2 goals. So let's see if you can bank this.
Please,
you
God.
are in the running right now for $1,000. You're right in shape for that K. I'm bringing up this Rangers Devils game right now, and does Ryan Strome have an assist? Not yet.
Not yet. My God! I just need one. Just a half. I just need a half an assist from this guy.
That's all you need.
I'm not up to speed on my bets right now. I haven't checked anything, but I saw Kip sent me a text and said, get your live bet in. So I did. Thanks for the reminder, buddy. I appreciate it.
I got you.
Let's review your live action here right now. And also, you haven't sent it to me though, Kip.
What? Who did I send? Yeah. I sent it to somebody. Oh,
Okay,
geez, I
not
might have
Tiffany.
said
I only have Tiffany's action. Bob, we are both on the under 6.5 in this game, and I doubled down early. I don't think that's real currency, Bob. What do you have there?
No, it's not. My son's just handed me cash. I think it's going to be a good night, guys. He just handed me three $1 pizza dollars.
Okay, you got pizza.
Oh,
dollars?
dude, that's 3 pizzas. I'm actually starving right now. So yeah. Oh my God, make it rain, Bob.
Make it rain, baby.
You know, I'm not starving at all. I haven't eaten in a long time, but I use alcohol for all my sustenance.
No, it's
So
all you
As
need.
you should,
It's
my
all the
friend.
bag needs.
I'm
Okay,
just
so
Yeah,
fine.
that's all you need.
Jimmy, did you
But
get
let's
the
go
bet?
over-
Did you get? Yes.
Oh, sorry. We'll go over Bob's live bet, but Bob, we are both on the under 6.5. Thing of,
Yes.
I don't want to get too excited about it right now because we got games left to play, but it's all working out really nicely for us, and I think it was a very sharp bet, Bob. A great.
Thank you.
I don't want to. Let's not get too. I don't. But I think
Yeah.
we're going to get paid in full. And you've doubled down on this. Look at that. You've gone on the under 5.5, and you've put $50 on it.
Yes, sir. I'm
I
feeling
like
like I've got a chance on that one. I like it. I mean, it's 2-1 right now, going to the third, right? So we're looking pretty good there. Hasn't necessarily been a shootout, like it hasn't been a scoring extravaganza as of this point. So I feel like we've got a chance on that one. So I'm happy about it. But yeah, I got eclectic with my bets, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm flying a little bit blind. I told Kip that this morning. My wheelhouse obviously is the football world, and I'm struggling. As
That's
last
okay.
week was pretty indicative, but yeah.
I want to tell you about somebody that hasn't been doing so well lately that is in the running now. So Tuchman came on. He pretty much said that he was going to sweep off that $1,000 bonus.
Yeah.
But Bridget put a little bit of a long shot out there, and she's got a 5-legged parlay that looks like it's 4 out of 5 now. Jimmy, can you confirm?
I think yes, it was a 4-legged parlay,
Pardon me.
but she's cashed 3 of the 4.
Is this the Betty
And-
White? Will this be the Betty White of all Betty Whites?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she cashed 3 of the 4, and she cashed 1 total by 1.5 and 1 money line bet by a point. And now all she needs is Murray State to win the conference championship, and I think they will. By the way,
And-
speaking of Murray State, remember
Yeah.
I bet them first half, and Murray State, because this was a perfect gambling situation, because Southeast Missouri had just shocked them 3 days ago. Murray State destroys Belmont, and then we've lost Bob Guiney, and I know we're talking college basketball, maybe.
Hold on, guys. I'm still
Okay,
here.
no
I'm still
worries.
here. Hang on.
Okay, we can hear you.
Are we
can
back?
hear
Are we
you.
back?
We're
Okay,
back.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, we're back in action. But Murray State's up 44-27. You know, in fact,
Wow.
I tell you what, I think that was my best bet of the 20 bets I made today. I think
Hey,
that was my
but Bob,
best bet.
Bob, if Tiffany's bet comes in, not only does she have the Betty White, she will win the $1,000. She will win the bonus. So she's been in 5th or 4th place exclusively. But
Wait, you mean not Tiffany?
oh, pardon me, Bridget.
Yeah,
if,
okay.
if Bridget hits it, she is most likely going to win the regular season and get the $1,000 bonus.
Wow. I tell you what, I like stuff like that, guys. That plays into my chaos theory right there. I enjoy this. As long as it's not Tiffany Michelle, I'm perfectly fine with it. So this is exciting. I mean, I'm like the guy eating popcorn, watching this whole thing unfold. I'd rather it be me, if I'm going to be really honest. But this is exciting. That's good stuff. Dude, Bridget knows her stuff too. You can tell.
Yeah, she does, and she knows college basketball. She'll step up. We need the Ryan Strome assist for you, Bob. The Citadel East Tennessee State was a Citadel won. You know, if Citadel wins, it's going to be a high-scoring game, and it was very high-scoring. And then your
That's not good.
Bradley Loyola over 130.5 lost, and I lost that bet as well. I didn't take the total, but I thought Bradley could keep this within 5.5. Bradley scored 50 points.
Oh my gosh.
So
They were sleeping on the job. So I'm in trouble, is what you're telling me.
Well, we cash your under 6.5, and we cash your Ryan Strome assist. Then if Bridget doesn't get Murray State to win the conference, and you look, Belmont is going to want revenge, and maybe it's Morehead State. It's unlikely, but if Murray State doesn't win the conference, and then we need the Carolina Hurricanes to beat the Penguins tonight.
Which I think is going to happen, guys. I believe in that one.
Then you'll be up $1,000 if those two things happen.
Oh, my goodness. That would be nice.
Bob, this party that you're attending this evening, does this remind you of like when your bachelor days, when you were there, like in the mansion? Because I hear it in the background and I'm like, this is familiar. This is familiar.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that you bring that up, Kip, and thank you for addressing that. You know, I got to be honest, at that stage of my life, I didn't think at the ripe old age of 50 I'd be here, you know, changing diapers and, you know, changing my own diaper in the process. So, you know, I never even thought I'd live this long. So it's, you know, I've way outkicked my coverage as far as, hey, Grayson, no hitting, bud. See, I didn't think I'd be saying that stuff either. This is ridiculous.
Bob, you look good. You look good for 50. I look like
Yeah,
I'm on my
man.
last
Thanks,
legs
buddy.
and I'm 42. I'm
Yeah.
42.
No,
look
you both look amazing. You both look amazing. My son is literally pummeling this. Grayson, hey,
Okay.
stop punching Parker, bud. It doesn't matter. He's sitting on your truck. It's kind of fun. At the beach, people want that stuff. Wow, my son's going gangbusters. Grayson,
Okay,
you're
Bob,
3.
no
Parker's
worries.
5.
You
No
can-
punching.
You can, you can take care of that. Bob, I know that you've been doing deal or no deal across
Yeah,
North America
yeah.
right now. What's next for you coming up this week? Is there anything up that we should know about?
I think this week's going to be, hey, Daddy's trying to conduct a professional interview, bud. I think that for the most part, I'm mostly just doing this stuff that you hear around you, very reminiscent of the Bachelor Mansion, as Kip pointed out. You know, a little less booze involved for the kids.
Always babes, though. Always babes.
Always babes. Lots of babes rolling around.
Lots of babies.
Yeah, you know, I think, buddy, you're fine. I think kids aren't as tough as they were when we were growing up, boys. I really think that, you know, I don't really want to hear that he pulled your hair, Parker. You're 7. Sorry. My kid's 3. He's tormenting the party. It's probably time to go to bed for me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know, nothing else going on this week other than the deal or no deal stuff. But I'm hopeful to win this thing. So, you know, I'd love to win the regular season. I just want to make the playoffs. More importantly, I want to win the big enchilada. So that's the plan.
Well, you're still
Bob,
in the mix regardless. Go ahead, Jimmy.
And we have big news for you. Everybody's getting an extra $500 to bet with. So
Yes.
the governor's off. You can bet as much as you want, and you get a $500 bonus next week. So the gloves are off.
I like it.
Let's use Grayson's energy and beat up your opposition, my friend.
I'm going to, you know, I like that Bridget, I like the multiplay parlay. That makes me excited that I'm not the only one with the kind of reckless game plan staying there. So I like seeing that. I hope she, yes, bud.
I want a Ralphie.
You want, okay. Can Daddy finish his phone call,
Can I have
pal?
a Ralphie?
Yes, you can have a vodka tonic. All right, guys. I
Get out of here,
appreciate
Bob.
you having me on. Got to go get my kid a bottle. You know, it's a late night.
Of course.
But
Thank
thanks
you
for
so
having
much,
me
Bob.
on, and much love to you guys as well, man. Talk to you soon.
You're the greatest, Bob. Thank you so much.
Bye,
There
guys.
he is, Bob Guiney in the house, and he's in great shape come playoff time.
Yeah, he is, man. He's in strike. All you want to do is be close to the money. If you know, whenever you're close to it, you can smell it. You can rip it off the table. So worst case scenario for Bob, he's rolling in at number 3, and he like $500 more in his account is kind of a beautiful thing. So
Looking at the scores right now, Murray State won by 20 in the first half. That's the type of situation that I completely broke down on the show.
yep.
And I went up against a great capper. Well, not really. He's on Southeast Missouri State full game plus 15.5. But I knew that the game that happened 3 days ago was a mirage. Murray State had just beaten their biggest rival, Belmont, by 30 points. They came in lackadaisical. They'd swept the conference. This team's 18-0 in the OVC. They came in 17-0, and they barely got past Southeast Missouri State. I knew they were going to smack them in the mouth. That's the kind of situation I'm talking about that I've got to push it bet a little more.
Attack that.
Okay, we're going to move on and check out we're coming into the third period. So why don't we take a look at all of the action from our best bettors? We have 2 live bets in. Bob Guiney is on the under 5.5. I don't think any live bet should have juice associated with it. His live bet here is at minus 130. So in all honesty, I don't really like it. We have Tiff on Hurricanes plus 1.5 at minus 215. I think it's probably a good. I think it's probably the right side, but I don't like the juice associated with it. Let's take a look at what we have here from our players that we have going on. We have Tuck in a situation where we'll have to break down the numbers, but he needs, if he can sweep the board, maybe he can beat Bridget.
Wings Wings in Tampa Bay is tied at 1 right now. So that bet. Okay, hang on. You take it from the top. So right now they got Senators at Coyotes.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow's. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
in
danger.
Pittsburgh at Carolina. He's got the Penguins. Well, there's a lot of time left on that. So too early to say. He's in danger on that Red Wings Lightning though. 1-1.
Oh, they're huge danger, and so am I in enormous danger. I wanted to take the Jackets tonight. I don't trust the Kings on the road, even though they're 8-1 and 2 on the road over the last little while. But I stayed off Minnesota, and Buffalo's up 2-1, looking across the board in NHL. But David Tuchman and I are both going to lose on that over 6.5. I expect the Lightning to score goals. I expected Nedeljkovic and Elliott to get touched up. They are not getting touched up. So, by the way, Stu Chaos says it's 58-28 Pelicans. So thank God I didn't live bet a game I'm not watching. Thank God. Thank God. So Tuchman is in some danger here. Let's go right back to Bridget. It's all about Bridget now.
She just put a live bet in, Jimmy. She wants the minimum on Pittsburgh to win. So right now
There's no minimum. Tell her to pick a number. She bet $4 on the pregame bet. So
yeah, she's again showing her disdain. So that's $25 minus 310 right now. If you can lock that in, she's got Penguins on the money line, minus 310.
$25 at minus 310. In all honesty, that makes me want to cheer against her parlay. But this is a 10-week battle, and we all choose how we want to attack it. But she's in charge now all of a sudden. I don't know. She must know. She must be following along. She must know. Let's talk about the other players that we have. We've already talked about Bob's action. Let's look at Jon Orlando. Now, a lot of Jon's action is wrapped up in tomorrow night's UFC card. But he does have the Hurricanes money line, $50 at minus 137, and he's got the Jeff Carter plus a half point. So, we'll have to see. And then everything relies on his UFC parlay. And then finally, we have Tiffany Michelle. Let's bring up Tiff's action. She has the Hurricanes and the Rangers parlay. I believe the Rangers are up 2-1. Let me verify that. The Rangers are up 2-1 going into the third period. And she has the Cavs plus 7.5, but she has the under.
Okay, so I need some help from you here, Jon. Pardon me, Jimmy, because Jon he's doing his 24-hour podcast, and he wants correct score third period, Carolina 2-1 for $50.
Wow, that's going to pay a lot. What's the number?
Carolina
2-1. So it's going to be, that would mean it 3-3 into overtime. Interesting. Okay.
He needs help. He needs us to lay it for him because he can't get to his phone.
Okay, well, I will go into FanDuel and see if I can.
Okay.
So correct score in the third period. So he's expecting overtime. That would screw me. Look, if Pittsburgh scores, I'm going to panic and cash out everything. If Carolina scores, I'll let it go and expect overtime. If Jon Orlando's right here, I'm going to be screwed. So we're going to live betting here at FanDuel. Let's see what he's got. So correct score. I'm gonna have to do this quick. Why don't you take over for a second while I try and search for this?
I got you. Yeah, we so this is the first season. Stuff like this hopefully won't be happening in the future. But as I said, Jon Orlando right now, he is Action Junkies podcast, do wisecracks. He's got an incredible podcast studio in Las Vegas. And oh shit, I'm just gonna mute myself. Sorry.
No worries. I'll take back over. I have Hurricanes exact goals, Penguins exact goals. Highest scoring period. Oh, correct score. So then that would be 3-3, right? If he wants that. And it's not available. It's shut down right now. Third period, correct score. Let me do this. Here, this is probably it here. Third period, exact goals.
Yo, sorry about that. So, but I was saying that for John's doing a 24-hour live podcast right now, and all of the money proceeds go to incredibly worthy causes. So for tonight, he had somebody, I guess, reach over and say that was the bet that he wanted.
Okay, plus 850.
Okay.
Third period, correct score, plus 850. How much is he putting on it?
50.
Jeez. Wow.
So
okay.
now we got somebody like, what would that, like 50 plus 850? Wow. That
425 profit.
Okay.
So Jon Orlando live is on $50. Correct score. Third period, 2-1 Carolina, which would hurt me badly. Plus 825. Okay, that's locked in. So we don't have a live bet from Tuck.
No, he's been bumped. I mean,
okay, we don't have a live bet from Tuck, and we don't have a live bet from Tuck.
We got Bridget, we got Tiff, we got Bob, we got Jon. Just Tuck.
Let me just make sure I have everything just so we're good. I have Tiffany's plus 1.5. I have Bob's minus 130. Oh, Bridget, you have Bridget. So just remind me of Bridget's
25 for Pittsburgh to win minus 310.
Okay, thank you. I'll put that in here right now. So Bridget is 25 for Pens at minus 310.
Yep.
Okay. So just waiting on Tuck, and Tuck's running out of time.
Yeah,
We're in
he
business.
is.
All right. We have 19 minutes left in the third period, and I need no scoring. And if anybody's going to score, it better be the Hurricanes.
You know what I want, Jimmy? I want this game to be end right this minute. I know it's not going to, and it's probably going to be a goal in the next 5 minutes. And if anything, I think Carolina does get the next goal. No. He was saying that he thinks that Carolina win in regulation 3-2. No, you're right. No, 3-0. 3-0 going to overtime. Yeah.
I think your bet's really fun.
It is fun.
Small amount of money waiting for no score. I have a friend who would bet $50 on no teams to score in the entire game.
Oh God.
And he would pick the defensive situations to do that in. And
ever?
Yeah, he would just and I watched him cash it. He would cash it at least once every few months. Maybe once a year, let's say. But it would pay a disgusting amount of money.
Oh my God. I mean, a book loves that. They love to see that bet. So
thank God. I would have cashed out everything if he had scored that.
I had a friend who was DGen, so had a book. And back in the day when, you're like, how do you get a bet in? How do you get a bet in? Who's got a book? Somebody's got a book, right? Like when you're young, like early 20s and whatever, certainly before like internet betting and all that. So he's working with a guy at a restaurant, and the guy is a Giants fan, and Giants squeak into the playoffs, and he says, hey, can you lay $200 for the Giants to win it all? And my man says, yeah, no problem. doesn't lay the bet with the book. And that's the year that the Giants beat the Pats on their perfect run. And they were working together, so he had to be honest. But yeah, there was installments of that bet, and that bet was paid in full.
Of course. Yeah, we've all been, almost all of us have been in situations like that. I shouldn't say with all, but when our friends say, hey, make this bet for me, and we decide whether to place it or not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that I'm getting rushed, like just flushed with different stories to tell you. A funny one we had at the first get together we did in Vegas with Sportsbook Review. We all met up in Vegas, and Nutflush Allen, who's been in the chat tonight, he's at the poker table. He's been in the chat. His wife gave him a 5-game parlay. Said, "Go bet this for me," and it was just for like $50, $75 or whatever. And he's like, "Yeah, sure, baby." But of course, he just put it in his pocket, and that cashed, and he had to pay her like just under $600.
Oh my gosh,
that's but that's not brutal. I think you're like I know more like that's just that's more fun. Sort of.
His was, I think, like, I can't remember if it was 2,500 or $5,000, but it was, it was a lot, especially back then when oh my God, post off the outside of the post, I think on the backhand, it pulled back.
How much time's left for you?
Okay, I've got 16:03. Where are you at?
I'm at 16:10.
Okay. Okay. Let
me see if I'm behind. Oh, I am behind. Let me just, sorry. Okay, now I'm at 15:52.
Okay, yeah, we're synced up.
Okay, cool. I fell back for some reason.
That story's giving me nightmares because I was there, so, and I hate laying action for people. Like, if you've got a book or your sports book and you got somebody that doesn't bet and they're like, "Oh, can I get $75 on the coin flip?" It just kind of screws up your bankroll, and their money's your money.
I love it.
You love it when people give you.
Yeah. I want the opportunity to be the book, and I don't, but like just with friends, like I don't want to, but I like it. I like it. My dad sends me action, and he's been on a good run for the last like 8 months or so, but he was on a bad run for my life. And I love just taking his action and putting it in my pocket, deciding what stuff I want to put in. Like I like that opportunity. My friend Sonny Dollywall, great comedian, he sends me action, and I don't know if I ever have put in one of his bets. Anybody who sends me a parlay, I'm not going to put it in.
I love it.
So I like it. I like it a lot. I like the opportunity to decide whether. It's funny, Dennis saying, didn't Tuck say he'd do the whole show if you guys did a hockey stream?
Okay, talking about being the book, I don't know if I've told you the story, but I'll shut up. But did I tell you what Wes set up at the beginning of COVID?
Yes. But regale our viewers.
So we did. So everybody is like, COVID just hits. Everybody's shut in. Everybody's going absolutely bananas. Bunch of married guys with kids, not used to spending that much time with our children and our wives. Not sure how things are going to go. And he's a numbers guy like you. And he's also like loves to draft. He's the type of guy who'll play like MLB and NHL, but he'll start 25 years into the future and then just like or play a 25-year season. So everybody chooses a team. In NBA 2K, they've got a lot of licenses for old teams and old players. So if you're playing like, you could use this Steve Nash Suns with Amari Stoudemire and Sean Marion, or you could use like the 96 Bulls with Pippen and Jordan and Rodman and Kukoc. So we did a draft, like, pick names out of a hat, see who gets what. Everybody got a team. We put like 16 guys in it, so everybody had a team, like went to the playoffs. Then that really wasn't enough. We did one like that. It was fun. The next time we started betting because you're at home dying for sports. There's no sports on. And guys are watching. He set up a Twitch stream and we'd be watching NBA 2K simulated. We're not even playing the game. Then we made it the guys, every game that was played, somebody had to be the book. And they'd have to set out like lines. So you'd set out the spread, the over-under, and then you'd have to do a couple of player props. It was like some of the most fun betting I've ever had lifetime, and I went on an absolute run. But it was like it was so degenerate, and like some of the swings were incredible, but when you had to be the book, it was terrifying. There were limits there because guys, some guys probably could have bankrolled, bankrupted people, but bro, it was comical. It was, guys breaking their Xboxes and their TVs. It was a beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful, degenerate, just taking money out of your pocket and lighting it on fire.
Well, there's a couple sites that I jump on and spend a lot of time on when I'm just alone drinking.
Yep.
And the first one is whatifsports.com.
Okay. What's the premise here?
It's just you pick any two teams from any era, and you set up a 7-game series against each other, and then they simulate it.
Do you get to watch it live? Or
You can.
Or they'll just do a quick sim. And do hockey, basketball? What do you do?
Whatever sport you want.
And then what game?
Whatever you want. You want
Who sims it?
Want this software. You want the 78 Habs up against the 84 Oilers. I mean, what do you? It's up to you. And you go, but now you have to switch home and road for the 7-game series. But my best friend over the last 20 years, Rob Pugh, and I, we would sit there for hours drinking, and we would go heads up. And what if sports.com, we'd be sitting there, and it'd be 5 in the morning runs around in no time. So
if we're playing right now, if you and I go play, does your experience actually play in? Because if I'm nobody's touching the Oilers, you're actually the Islanders of 83, or pardon me, so you kind of have. I love that, dude.
Yeah, I've spent hours upon hours. So I would have a team that would knock out any team of yours. In NHL, in NBA, I wouldn't. In NBA, I wouldn't. We that would be a different thing.
Oh, but bro, we should do that. We should.
Literally, I've spent hours upon hours and hours, and we're all going down to San Antonio together in a couple weeks, and I'm going to bring it out.
What if?
I'll sit there for whatifsports.com. I sit there for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But another thing that we do, Rob and I keep going back to old Bobby Pantload and myself, but Rob and I, we would just hockeydb.com. We go from team to team. We get over to Europe, and then we go through these teams, and there's always the Canadians that we know that we've seen. We're like, oh my God, I play, and we just go from team to team to team. And I spend hours on HockeyDB, and I'll do that alone too, just going from team to team to team, and these players, these journeyman players that Now it's not as exciting as whatifsports.com, but I would say that I spend way more time doing that on HockeyDB than I do with What If Sports alone, because I've done it. I've spent hours with friends with What If Sports, and I've done it on my own with What If Sports. But HockeyDB, I just keep going because my line mate all my life made his NHL debut at 30 years old, Bracken Kearns.
That guy, I grew up with the Kearns. That's great. Dennis Kearns' son.
Yeah, the great Dennis Kearns.
Number 6.
Dennis Kearns used to call me Peckinpah after the author. I don't know, this American author used to always call me Peckinpah wherever I went.
He gave everybody a nickname. So coming up, everybody called me Bay. So he'd be like, it's hard not to think of the Bay. And that was the Bays. And then we went to school with a girl named Olivia. And at the time, Olivia Newton-John was really big and famous. So he would call her Olivia Neutron Bomb. Olivia, everybody had a nickname.
Yeah, he's a special cat. And the whole Kearns family was really special. I went out for drinks in Vancouver one night. We just ran into Bracken. I think he came to a Yuck show or something. But my sister was with me and my stepbrother, and Bracken was so gracious.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, 2-on-1 here.
Oh my God, DeSmith's position is ridiculous, and there's an injury. Yeah, he was different. Brack was different, man. And then there should be a movie of the week on him. He's
making his NHL debut at 30 years old is unheard of, but he was so gracious. You know what he did the whole night? All he talked to Susie and Fraser, my sister and stepbrother, was about my moves. Is that not the most gracious thing? I mean, I was lit up, but for him to have that kind of, here is the professional hockey player living our dreams.
Yeah.
And he's he's talking about my moves to them, and he's just such a wonderful guy, and I cheered him on. And when he went over to Europe at 37. When he made his debut in the NHL, he had to fight. He was a fourth liner for the first year or two.
San Jose, did he start there, or was it Nashville? I can't.
His very first game was with the Florida Panthers.
Okay.
With Dale Talon. And Dale Talon was the general manager. And we sort of thought Dale Talon was doing Dennis Kearns, his papa, favor, but it wasn't.
Said no.
It wasn't. Yeah, he said he deserved this. He earned this. I remember the game.
He was the captain of the AHL. Like, he was a captain. He'd go to all-star games in the age, but he just kept getting better and better.
It was at Bridgeport. Yeah, and he would say that. He's like, I'm just getting better and better. Because, you're only allowed 5 players on your team over 25 years old in the AHL. That's it. It's a young man's league. And so, yeah, Bracken Kearns was very, very inspiring.
Can I tell you something? Off Bracken Kearns right now, the bots on my $10 bet are offering me $74.55.
Jeez, that's a lot of money.
Or should I just let it ride?
$74 is a lot of money, but on a $10 bet, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, look, the chances of an empty net goal or a goal like that, usually I'm not one to take that money, but I would take that money right now.
But I'll tell you this, Jimmy, sometimes when you get into the sauna, what did you get in there for? You came in there to sweat a little bit, no? You wanted to sweat a little bit in the sauna. Or do I make the bots sweat a little bit? As I said, when they start leaking oil, and this is the bet's over. Before I could even get my soliloquy out, the bet is over, Jimmy.
You called it a soliloquy. I called it a soliloquy recently, and I was like, nobody else calls it. It's usually a monologue, but I like your use of soliloquy. Yeah. So would Wes. Look, I like the sweat, and I don't want them to make deals with me, but that's a very interesting spot. No goals in the third period in the 2-1 game. Oh shit.
Yeah, they had pulled it. Yeah. They had pulled it. Well, this is good for Jon Orlando. This is good. Don't listen to Jimmy. Why don't I listen to Jimmy? But I did want to sweat. I mean, it was $10, It was just a fun bet. Sometimes
I love the under on 2-2 divisional games. I figure that I should be in business. Wow, they're not offering me that much on my under 6.5. They're not offering much on the puck line. I get that. And they're not offering me that much on the Hurricanes money line. I think I'm in business. So, but let's, transparency. I am down $50. Jose Bouquet says he will be stealing the sauna analogy. It's funny that you mentioned that because you will never catch me in a sauna ever. Ever. It'll never happen. When we would do comedy festivals, we would drink till 4 a.m, and then we'd have TV tapings. So the comics would sweat it all out, try to lose the fat drunk face in the sauna. But God, that Winnipeg Comedy Festival with my last time I did that got to be 2007 or 8 or something.
I love it. The boys getting into the sauna to sweat off the fat beer face. What a play. Never a thought about not drinking. Like, that never would ever factor in. It's just like, what is the cheapest, quickest way to look halfway decent? All right. And then most of the time, people aren't really built for it either. You get in there, you sweat it. Like, I could never stay in a sauna for that long. Actually, you know what I don't mind? I don't mind a little steam. I don't mind a little steam clean. But yeah, Jimmy, you don't need to do that. Too beautiful. What are you talking about?
Oh, we know that's not the case, but I won't even get a massage. Like, I don't want some stranger touching me. The knots in my back, they make me who I am. They give me the edge. Like, no, but yes. I'll take this Hurricanes goal and I'll cash out everything. Nice, Jordy. Nice. We got that 2-1. Nice, Jordy. Okay, that will help my night immensely. Wow. Let's take another look at the action here tonight. The Murray State Racers up 19. 14.5 left. I'm happy I cashed out early. I didn't cash out early. I just only bet the first half with them.
You say we could never catch you in the sauna. Jose says you'll never catch him in the race.
I know the winner of our race. We have decided to not use bookies for our action because we have basketball action. So we have a 2-on-2 game, Kip, with our 4 basketball.
Oh, I heard. I want in. Yeah.
Well, what's happening now is that we're pulling out the basketball hoop in the parking lot of the horse track, where the hoop is coming out in a truck, and we're all going to gather in the parking lot, and we're going to see what kind of magic happens. And we've decided to ditch the bookie. We don't want the juice, and we don't want the bookie really making money. We want to bet each other.
Okay.
And there's going to be people on either side. Like I'm ready. I know the side I'm betting, and I know someone's going to take my cash and bet me. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to bet each other. We're going to have a log, who's betting who. But we've ditched the juice. We've ditched the bookie. You have to bet somebody. But yeah, we're parking lot of the Retama horse track in San Antonio, Texas, is where the 2-on-2 battle is going to go down. And then Jose and I in our race. I mean, it's just look. I love the kid, but I played hockey all my life, and if he trains for the next 3 weeks because he's 25 years old, that will help his chances. He'll still lose, but that will help his chances. And the problem with that race is that no one's going to bet on Jose, because he's a sloppy looking 25-year-old,
Well, do we have a rank? Do we have a destination yet? Has Jose looked that far ahead? I know he's skated twice.
No, that's being figured out. Figured out. Twali Latte saying the over-under of arrest in San Antonio at 3 minus 110. All we want to do is sit in the bar and gamble.
Jose, oh my God. Please read his last comments.
I don't have it up here. Is it on the?
It's
it's not up here. It's only on our stream.
It's a beautiful thing.
He says that he might race shirtless so Jimmy can see my floppy tits fly by him. Those you call it floppy. I mean, I call it sloppy. But those sloppy tits, they'll burn when they hit the ice. I don't know if I don't know if you ever felt tits on ice, but
they will burn.
Jordy Norman wants to attend the SneakerCon. It's going to be a lot of fun. The SneakerCon on Saturday. All right, we have 8 minutes and 20 seconds left. I'm telling you, these 2-2 hockey games with division rivals in play, this was a huge thing I jumped on 2 years ago, and it didn't really work out last year. And I was like, is this because of COVID? Is this because there's no fans and we didn't have an 80-game season? And I do believe that's the case. In an 80-game season or an 82-game season, you're going to see teams need that 1 point.
Yeah, and they're going to tighten up a little bit. They'll tighten up.
Exactly. So, now I don't think there's much like the live. Let's see what the live is. The live in game here right now is, oh wow, the Kings tied it up, and the Wild tied it up, and the Rangers are up 3-1. Wow, that's exciting.
Who's got the Rangers tip? But she's got
she's got the Hurricanes.
But didn't she take them with somebody?
Yeah. Hurricanes and Rangers money line. Wow, this is a huge kill needed to happen.
Lots of time left still.
The 5.5, the under 5.5 is minus 250. I want all the money. I'd like to have a nice winning night here. I did lose 50 off the top with that first period under 1.5. I'm still comfortable of betting it, but they're offering me now that the 6.5 I took at plus 125, they're offering me 90, so 40 profit. Only 22.50 left, but I want that money. Then my own under 6.5 for $100. They're offering me 162, but I want all of it. But I need to kill this penalty. If I don't kill this penalty, I probably just cash out everything.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a buck left. The Carolina's penalty. I mean, the kill looks great. Kill's doing what we said it was going to do.
But if they can get through this kill, you're right. You're absolutely right. And you talked about it off the top. The number one penalty kill in the NHL, hitting at 89.2% over the season. And Rod Brindamore went off on all the penalties they've been taking of late. But this could end here in 50 seconds. I mean, there's lots of time for Pittsburgh to score. And then Bob Guiney will cash his under, which will help his week immensely because he's lost the 2 college basketball games. And Tuchman still hasn't sent in a live bet.
No. Should I bump him and do him the
No, there's
solid?
6 minutes left. Just let him go down with this.
Okay. I'm just going to check. Yeah, I don't see anything. I do not see anything.
This is going to slow down to this is going to be good. And I'd like to have a nice winning night here. I felt like I deserve it over the last few weeks.
You have. But we'll see. We'll see if the gods are good.
And look, I have a ton of action out tonight, so I'm going to need. But I will need. Well, let's just stay calm. Let's not get ahead of.
6 minutes. So funny. The one night that I got a gig after our show, and this shit could go to overtime.
Oh, you got a gig tonight? It'll just be 5 minutes of overtime, right? You have to
Yeah,
wait till
and
the
then
playoffs,
a shooty.
Oh, you're right. Oh, but Kip, I can take it from here anytime you need to
No,
get.
I'm good. I'm good. Never leave a brother hanging. Never leave a soldier on the battlefield.
Where are you playing tonight?
A spot called the Brew Hall. It's on like Main, in Vancouver. Really fun, open spot. They let me play just about whatever I want. Good people, bartender's amazing. Good, like great beers. Yeah, it's a fun little spot for sure.
And what are you planning on playing tonight?
I'm gonna play I usually, because I'm such a hip hop head. Like I always love to play stuff from the trees. So like I'll play stuff that hip hop sample. So like funk and soul, and then depending on who's in there, I'll start updating the music. But generally, like I like to play from the branches of the music that I like, that I really loved and was inspired by growing up. So, I'll play like some funk and soul, and then I'll play like some new age stuff. And depending on, I'll play some, like some mid 90s, late 90s hip hop, early 2000s hip hop. And then when the drunk girl wants a party in the USA, I get the bouncer to remove her with extreme prejudice.
Oh man, just when you said 90s hip hop, all of a sudden I see the drippity drop of J. Rue and Come Clean, and I know that nobody wants to hear that anymore. But all of a sudden I hear the Come Clean drippity drop, and I'm sold right away. Primetime J Prime says that people need Kip Rios to bust a rap right now.
Right now. Heads get mad because I sing a little bit and I'm too articulate, man. I'm just different fundamentally. And man, I'm not a gangster. It's all funded mentally. Meant to be what I be since I was younger. Welcome to the Terror Dome. Bring in the thunder. I'm not Australian, but I'm down underground like the turtles in the sewer. Cowabunga.
You brought a little. Oh man,
a little turtle power to the party.
Man, Ella and I be watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all the time, man. We're
she could be April. You guys could do like that would be a pretty dope costume for Halloween.
I like that Primetime J Prime took it there, man. Respect. And we got fires up, but man, you are an extremely talented musician, and we should use it from time to time.
From time to time, when we're on that Kraken, and we've got commercial breaks. Well, we might have to throw in some action here and there.
I need a quiet 5.5 minutes.
That's
quiet 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, we don't need fireworks.
While you are setting up your party, I'm going to be betting horses tonight.
Oh, is it for real?
Oh, yeah. I've got it all capped and ready. I did it 48 hours ago. I'll be Charlestown, Sam Houston. I'll be hammering all night. until about 12:30 in the morning, and then tomorrow at 12 p.m. I start my full day of horse racing, and I've got to do that work. So that's a
Yes.
lot of work that needs to be done, and I won't be done Sam Houston until about 12:15, and then I start at 12, so I'll have 12 hours to sleep, but I'll need to cap for at least 5 hours of that. So gonna
Are
be
you
tricky.
are you live streaming tonight at the track with the ponies?
Yes, live streaming. Yes, on the Razor Sharp Picks Cash It Friday show. Yeah,
Hell yes. How you been doing at the track this year so far? We are all the way into March.
it's been great. It's been a very, very strong month. I did not win last Friday. I mean, this Saturday is my first full day of 8 hours.
Yep.
Because I've just been doing the Friday nights, but
Oh,
I've
it's a
been
big
great.
hit.
I've changed everything. I've changed my whole MO. I cut all of the things that I was paying for to give me helpful insights. I cut everything. And now I'm only back to the daily racing form, which takes me a lot more time to cap. That's the reason why I added these things, was just to get through races faster, because I'm up for 8 hours. I'd like to have 4 or 5 tracks available to bet just to have fun. And I don't I don't tail anybody ever now. It always is. I always have to have some input on the capping, so I won't tail a race. I'll just call it. And then I cut all of the instruments that I would use to help study a race. So I've cut everything. And the only thing that hurts me is
You got the blinders on, Jimmy.
I do, but pedigree hurts me. It hurts me. So if it's a turf race, if it's a maiden turf race, I'm in the dark. So I know that I'm going to be in a tough spot in the maiden turf race, because I need to know, especially if it's the best horses in the world, then I know their parents. But if we're at some C track like Sam Houston probably B track, but if we're at a bad track, then I don't know. I need to have a better idea of the mares and the ability of those horses and the expectations of the horses, and I don't have that anymore. But overall, it's been very successful. No tailing. And one thing I will never, ever look at again is any expert give us the top 3 in a race. They put out 10 or 15 tracks. They don't care. They couldn't care less. And we're looking at them to get information. So I'd rather go down on, no, I shouldn't say go down. I'd rather lose, or I'd rather get killed by my own sword. And I failed on the sword analogy with you today in our tweeting coming back from the liquor store.
I can't believe that Ryan Boyle is still in the league.
I love it.
I love it too.
I
love it.
He's a character guy you need, because he comes back from cancer and he surprises everybody. But you don't need speed from Brian Boyle. You need toughness on the 4th line. He's going to play 8 minutes a night.
Oh, here we go. Speaking of toughness.
A fight.
Oh, here we go. He landed a nice right.
Ooh. Feed him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
he jerseyed him.
It's been so long since I got to see it. Friedman's got him. These guys are both under 5'11". Trocheck's 5'10". I love that Trocheck went toe-to-toe with Friedman.
Good for him. Did he get lit up earlier? Did you see that there was a hit? You and I didn't. We were so deep into conversation, but the man got turnstile, like ring, ring, spin. Look at Trocheck getting the crowd going. Yeah, man, that right landed on his nose. Watch this right hand. Oh, they're not going to show it, are they?
That's on my man Trocheck. Dennis Garcia says, just use the Tomlinson numbers. By the way, Kip, we see Dennis succeed across all sports, but man, is he a spectacular thoroughbred capper.
Really?
Oh, he's a one of a kind capper, but when it comes to the thoroughbreds, he's special, very special.
There's that right hand. There it was. Got it underneath the visor. Oh, but you know what? Trocheck landed a nice right too. This is a good little Tilly.
Yeah, it is. I love Trocheck.
That was a good. Oh yeah, he's a hell of a player.
Friedman is a really good fighter. He handled everything with the jersey over perfectly. Look at that. Twatty says the Cavs got him that cash.
Yes, man. Twate latte.
Oh no, the Sixers won by 6 though. Oh, but it was plus 7.5. But we should have taken the Sixers when we had the chance, when they were 10 points down at plus 3.5. But we don't bet. I got to keep it straight. Don't bet a game you're not watching.
Okay, Bulls are up by 7. I think we had somebody over there. Knicks haven't started yet.
I need that Knicks first quarter.
Sixers by 6. Wow, man. What a second half team.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
Wow. Man, I cannot wait to watch it unfold. It's so rare. We spoke about this. You get results. Usually it's like, what happened with the draft pick? And you kind of forget, but no. Both of these teams tried to design it to make their teams better. Clearly, Philly is, oh, man, they're looking right. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, shit.
I need the Lightning to score an empty netter. I'm sure Jordy's watching very closely. Well, we're going to cash a bunch here in a second.
And we got so much action on this game. We're not,
I should have kept hammering it, and I stopped. But whatever. I'll take my winnings now.
You got a show to run, and we always you get wrapped up, and
if this was a Saturday, I'd just have an enormous amount of action out there. Oh my goodness!
Oh my God!
A penalty on the
yes.
on the Penguins?
Yes. Was that too many men? Got to be too many men because look how pissed off the coach is at himself. Whose fault was it? Jerk off.
Oh,
1,
don't call
2, 3,
Sully
4,
jerk off.
5.
Come on.
I have to.
Mike
6.
Sullivan. Come on.
What was his fault?
Oh, look at that! Clearly, 6 men on the ice. What a mistake!
Wow.
Well, my 6.5 is not in danger, but I've lost in situations like this.
Oh, he's pissed. Who's opening the gate?
I love Sully.
No, he's an incredible coach. But I always blame the coach when I see a bench minor, too many men. Even though it's probably not their fault, but
I love that I didn't lose money on the Wild tonight. I love it. I didn't have the balls to bet the Sabres, but whatever. And the Lightning aren't going to score that third goal. And
power play, 30 seconds left. That's what Jordy was saying.
But that means that the goalie comes back in. You don't want that.
Dennis
unless they
Garcia
still pull their goalie.
misses the fight, switched over to curling. He's got a very keen eye for capping curling. Very keen eye to cap the curls.
Oh, they got it. Oh, sorry. Oh, Jordy. Yes!
The bag is back. Empty net with 3 seconds left. Wow.
Finally, I need some of that. And I've not been getting those empty netters.
Jeff Carter's still killing penalties.
Oh, no points for Jeff Carter. Oh, speaking of our side action.
Jon Orlando.
I'm in business, man, unless Orlando hits in the UFC. But
hang on, what are you talking about? I've got you. You've got Jon losing more money than Bob. Bob's lost more money than Jon. No,
Bob's about to catch the under 6.5.
Oh shit! Oh my God! I've won one bet.
You couldn't possibly, Dennis. You couldn't possibly. Let's just sit back and let the money come in and enjoy life. I'm going to be racing against I've been racing against the clock for like the last 3 days, but I'll be racing against the clock for the next 12 hours, man.
Toite latte. Yeah, I'm on the clock as well. His favorite fight is Max Talbot versus Daniel Carcillo. Pens were down 3 bagel in this series, and Talbot picked on the bully. Pittsburgh came back and won the series, and the cup with Talbot scoring the winning goal. That's
wow,
poetic.
That is a beauty, Twatty.
That is poetic. I'd love the LeCavalier Aginla fight. 2 captains squaring off at center, dropping the gloves right away. I thought that was a great one.
My favorite fight of all time is Craig Cox, Bob Probert.
Oh yeah, Canucks. That's an incredible fight. That's a gross fight, but yeah,
that meant a lot to me and my age, where I was, and we're all trying to fight and practice and stuff like that. And
you know what? One of my favorite fights is what's the man? He played for Edmonton. He's a really big fella. He wasn't that tough. He was like underneath Chara.
George Larac?
No. Big white defenseman. He wasn't a tough guy. He didn't fight a lot. He wasn't a pugilist, but Rippon fought him, and there's a picture of it.
Oh.
And the picture, I look at the picture and it inspires me because Rip was 5'11", the best fighter I think that the NHL's ever seen. And what the hell is the guy's name? He was just a tree he's giving up almost a foot on this man. And, you know, Rip handled him, won the fight. I just love the way that he fought. I loved Rick Rippon, man. That was my favorite fighter.
Yeah. Too bad.
I'm going to see if I can find that.
Did you watch the Bob Probert documentary on Netflix?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I'll take a Carolina goal right now. Score right now. You know what? We're gonna cash a ton of money. We just made a ton of money. Bring that fucking money in, man.
Why can't I remember his name? It's gonna kill me. He was slow. He was like Dana Merzen slow. Oh, we might have another little Tilly. That's a dirty little right with holding the stick in his hand. Woo.
Let's congratulate ourselves in all our successes. You know, it takes balls to cash unders, man.
Yeah, it does.
I wish, you know, I got one of mine at plus 125, cash out for everything. I got 100 on the under 6.5 minus 115, cash out everything. It feels real good, you know. I enjoy this immensely, Kip.
Oh, this is good. This is a good time.
Getting the 3 hours just to focus. We both have kids and family, and to focus everything that we have on one game, and nobody, you know, obviously there was the witching hour there for a minute, but I don't see how, as a gambler, the way I am, that I won't succeed in this. And that's what angered me about last week. And I love the way you phrased the loss in that Lakers-Knicks game going to overtime, but this should be a cash cow for me, and this should be an opportunity that I take advantage of. So
yeah, well, I think we're back in NBA next week, and then you know what? Then it's going to be some college hoops, and then you know, we start getting slick over there. We start getting these in-game plays, these runs in game. It's going to be pretty nice.
Hopefully, there's a baseball season.
Yes. What happens? How upset would Tuck be if he lost by like $25 or less?
You know, Tuck
because that's what I'm saying. He didn't put the bet in, so he's gonna get fined.
Twatty says, if you could guess how many concussions Probert had in his career, what would you guess? I think one of the problems with concussions is that they don't all happen on the ice. You know, when Brindamore knocked out Lindros in the dressing room, how bad was that concussion? You know, there's fights that happen in life. Who knows what concussion is the worst? Jordy says, I met Probert at work one time. The guy's hands were meat hooks, biggest hands I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He really seemed like a quality individual. And yeah, he liked to party, but he loved people, and he loved his friends and his family, and
he was well respected, and he respected the game. Like, you think he wanted to go Domi? Like, he's later on in his life, you know, he wanted all the bullshit and the fanfare. He's like, I got to answer the bell because I'm that guy.
But when he was sober, he wasn't that guy. He was. All right,
no,
I need this.
He had a reputation to uphold. Like, he was just like, it was more like respect to Domi. You know, like, I got to give him his chance and give him his time. You know,
yeah, and it worked when he was drinking and, you know, doing 8 balls every week. When he was sober, it didn't work. He didn't have that killer instinct. He didn't want to hurt people.
Yeah, that's true.
We have another live.
Sorry, go ahead.
We have another live bet coming in from Dennis Garcia. He's on Winnipeg money line at plus 250. So here, Tiffany Michelle really needs the Canes to score because the Rangers are in full effect, right? The Rangers are going to take care of business, I think. Let me just double check this Ranger spot here. The Rangers won 3-1. So this is a big deal for Tiffany Michelle. she doesn't know. Not all of our players know that we're adding $500 to their bankroll, and Tiffany Michelle will be a very dangerous competitor here, even though she hasn't been very successful in the first 5 weeks, and this is week 6. But I think she'll be very dangerous. And the Kings came back to beat the Jackets. So I guess I wish I took the over because Babano took the over on my show today at 6.5. It opened at 5.5 juiced. I would never take a goal difference in the total is huge.
I was just checking. Yeah, I was just checking to see if anything had come in from Tux. Like, he probably could get a live one. No.
If he can find one that I can verify.
Right. Oh my God, it's gotten chippy. I love to see it, man.
Well, I'll pull up if you did you message him?
No, I didn't message him.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's not our job to be someone's parents when all this money's on the line.
Yep.
Is this a penalty on the Pittsburgh Penguins? Tell me it is, baby.
Well, I don't.
He's whining. It's got to be. It's got to be. Oh no, he's yelling at Svechnikov. Maybe it's not a penalty. I don't think so. Maybe he just got smacked in the mouth. Wow, a fun night.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I should have got. I mean, I really should have just cashed that $75 from that 10.
One goal is just so easy to get. So
I know, but I thought like the bots were sweating. Why are they offering me that much money? I wanted to kill a bot tonight. I wanted to short circuit Johnny 5. I don't like the bots. Don't like the bots and their offers. I wanted to kill.
We have a live, or no, it's not live, but it's a bet for tomorrow night from Twilight Latte coming in. Colby Covington to win in over 3.5 rounds. That's going to be a fun fight tomorrow.
That's going to be yeah. I got a lot of people on Cove too. That I mean, I like Masvidal, but I don't know. I
can't wait to bet the horses. I can't wait. As soon as this show ends, I'm
straight
only
to the
betting
track.
Horses. But literally for about 24 hours, I'll invest, $2,000, $2,500 in the horses, and it's going to be the greatest, the most enjoyable. Win or lose, it is win or lose. Now, if I lose, obviously I get a little.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But it's just depending how much you lose. If you lose a couple $100, no big deal. Will you put horses together when you bet them or not?
Oh yeah. You got to go for the big scores. You need to put yourself in a situation where if you win one of 8 races, you're in the black. So
got you.
That's it. When you find that 30-1, usually it's a 12-1 or 15-1 morning line that just is not bet. But when you find that horse and it cashes, you have to take advantage of it. And that happened to me last Friday. I found the 30-1, and I had the try box with them in. I had 3 other horses, but a 4th horse came in. There were 4 favorites. I decided between 3 of them in a try box, and the one I cut won the race. But my 30-1 came second. That $1 try would have paid. I don't know. I forget, but
$1 try. So that means you're putting down $12.
24. A $1 try is $24 with 4 horses.
Triactor box. Okay.
Yeah. So, oh my God, Kane's power play. Sorry, Jordy. Thank you for keeping us sharp here. But yeah, you have to go for the big score and horses, and I have a difficult time doing it. It's not easy. There's a reason why the horse is a long shot. You have to suss out why that is, but it's my favorite sport.
Oh, I know you love it. So hang on, Jon Orlando lost that $50 though, right?
Yeah. Well, no, Jeff Carter could still get a point.
No.
You mean on
his in game, because I think he went for the third. It was 2-1.
Oh,
right?
yeah. He lost that. Yeah. Let's get this Hurricanes finish this game right now. This would be huge for me.
This would be big
and
for
for
you.
Tiffany. Come on, right now, baby.
Oh.
Come on, you guys. This is how we win. This is how we put a bow on the night. You go off to your show. I go off to the horses. Come on, you guys.
Oh, there it is. Game over.
Okay, you're ahead of me.
Sorry, we're out of here. Okay, Jimmy, as you know, I gotta. Do you want to sign out? And do you want to sign out together?
That was a big, big win. It was a big win for me there. Now I just pushed on my -1, but Tiffany got her cash and Tuck took it right in the old drink hole.
Yes,
and
he
for
did.
whatever reason, that puts another smile on my face. That's fun. That's fun, isn't it?
That was
obviously
great.
making money is fun, but we are in business tonight. We live bet, we cashed. God, we got that cake, baby.
Well played. Wow, it came all the way down to the end, Jimmy, but you prevailed, my friend. Good work by you. Listen, I'm going to sign out. Do you want to stick? You want to stick around for a bit? Are you going to sign out?
Let's sign out. It was a great, great night. Live betting NHL for our first time. Let's do this again very soon. There's Jordy Nordman. Much love to you and Dennis Garcia and Twadi Latte. All you guys hanging out with us here. Astute Chaos. It was very, very enjoyable. And we're going to do this. You guys know every weekend, Kip and I will be live for a game. And the best bettors will all have a bet in, whether that be pregame and in play.
That is correct. All right. Jordan, Dennis, Twate Latte, Young Jose. Good to see y'all. I'm out of here for the best better. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Peace.
Yeah, much love to all of you guys. And we will see if Murray State gets that cash. If Murray State wins the conference, then all of a sudden, Bridget Case goes from last to first, picks up $1,000, and we'll have a very interesting episode on our hands on Wednesday. That's when it will be released. On behalf of all of us at The Best Better, Kiprios and myself and all of our players, thank you